Another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems. After another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems. Another one of those. After another one of those. Another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems. After another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems. Another one of those. After another one of those. Another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems. After another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems. Another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems. After another one of those crazy dreams. Everything another one of those. After another one of those. Another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems. After another one of those crazy dreams. Everything is wrong, it's wrong, it seems.
So before we go live, high risk reward session. Lots of chance to find shit and cool shit, but if you fuck up and you make stupid decisions, you will probably die.
No, I like dying.
You know, standard D&D. Yeah. So, are we good, Meg?
We're good.
We just did a very quick recap with Mike, but I'll fly through one. On the last session, you re-engaged the Goblin Cave, coming through the waterfall entrance like a group of Navy SEALs soldiers. You came out of the water, quickly subdued two of the Goblin guards that were off duty playing dice by a campfire, dragged their bodies into the water and left them to float, and quickly went into a small room with a sort of bugbear lieutenant called Clark and his wolf Ripper. You made short work of those with one of the goblins while you were engaging, started to run off. You made your way throughout the cave, avoiding traps and stealthily and silently taking out some of the enemies. And eventually came upon a group of, I think it was 7 or 8 goblins in a room with a human hostage. Lucius quickly crafted a Molotov cocktail, launching that into the group of the bulk of the goblins, while I think, did Shabbat sleep them that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were burning and sleeping, and it was outrageous. Them running in hammer and shield at the ready, mace and shield. And Goblin held Sildar with his one hand, beaten and bloodied and half dead, over a sort of 20-foot drop, and threatened to drop him if he didn't surrender. Lucius very quickly drew an arrow, and I think you crit and headshotted him and insta-killed him.
Yeah, Meg made me crit with the what's-it dice.
That was it, yeah, the divination, the deja vu kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
One shot in the goblin, releasing Sildar safely down. Vem cure wounds to him. Sildar told you what was going on. You got all his gear, and you quickly, with a deal given to you by Sildar, which I've got wrote down, but I won't go through now. You set off in pursuit for the one goblin that got away. Upon finally capturing him, you questioned him, and he agreed, pretty much for his life, to lead you to Cragmore Castle, where the dwarf that you have been searching for Sildar is potentially hidden, or is potentially being kept prisoner. You travelled for about half the rest of that day, and camped. Getting ready to camp for the night, you were attacked by a band of wargs with goblin riders. You, after a pretty brutal battle through a couple of you, you dealt with those, cleaned up the bodies, scavenged what you could and what you needed, and made your way northward another couple of hours until you found a short section of forest where you sort of got 20 minutes in, set up camp, and you set up watches for the evening. We will pick up with you guys fresh-faced, long-rested, hit points up, spells up, ready to hit the road the following day. Whoever wants to pick up can pick up. Glib, the little goblin dude who is your guide, is still bandaged up, still tied up by manacles from Lucius. And Sildar and Vem were the last two people on duty. Sentries.
So we've had a long rest.
Yeah, you've all long rested. Yeah.
We were the first two on duty, I think.
Oh, were you the first?
Because we had a drink. Yeah, we had a bit of a drink, I think.
I think I was last.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. Lucius was last because of the sunlight. That's right. No, with you. You pick up Lucius. You're on duty, dude.
Lucius is just crouched up. He's got like a little chest open. He's just pilfering in it. If anyone wakes up.
I already told you it was in that chest, right?
Yeah, I got a chest with my starting equipment.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
I think Shabazz is gonna wake up with one of her dreams again.
You've already rolled that, right?
Yeah, I rolled that. It was just a reminder. I put it in my bio, but it's 10 and a 3.
Sweet.
Oh, I had another dream.
Lucy's gonna scramble and stuff everything in the chest. Back it into his backpack. Another one. Anything more specific this time?
It's a little bit fuzzy, but from what I can tell, they rolled really badly. Like, how would that even translate? Like,
Weird.
they're really clumsy.
Yeah, might be best not to underestimate them. It's gonna be tough when we hit this compound.
And then she's just gonna cast mage armor on herself.
Gonna wake up really groggy, like crazy groggy this morning. Is there anywhere nearby, like, is there a stream or a pond or anything?
Make a perception check.
Perception. 6.
6. Oh god, jeez. You sort of have a wander around for about 10 minutes in the woods, and all you can really find is a very small stream. Seems a bit muddy and gravelly and gritty. You could probably wash in it, but drinking from it would be a risk.
I'd do the best I can to kind of wash up all the goblin and orc muck, and then I'd do my little morning prayers just on my own, away from everyone else.
Are you like avoiding everyone else, or are you just taking 5 for yourself?
I'm kind of just getting out of the way a bit, just to kind of do my prayers and stuff, and just a bit of peace.
Sure.
While they're all doing their stuff in the morning.
Hey guys, I'm here. I'm awake. I think someone hit me in the head. I don't remember much about yesterday.
We hit pretty hard. Multiple times. And you didn't hit that much. I'm not judging.
Well,
She
am I
said.
gonna do better today, Miss Psychic?
He just doesn't have the option of boring people to sleep.
She's just gonna side eye him. Hey, I saved a life yesterday with that. Mind you. Thank you very much. Please and thank you.
I come back, I walk into the camp as she's saying that, and I go, I think you'll find it was Moradin that saved his life.
Well, that's what they always say. Yes. Think
Moradin.
Morden, but
He was almost dead.
Moradin didn't shove a healing potion down your throat.
No, that's true.
Oh man, do you know who you sounded like then? The guy from Peaky Blinders.
Oh, you're just saying that because I'm from the West Midlands? Man.
No, well, so am I can say that. Sorry, Shu,
That's fine.
So, we all up for this today?
Yeah. We better make tracks soon though. Wanna get there quick and get this dealt with. And I look to Shu and I go, you're ready for this today, right? Because you weren't really useful.
Look, it's not my fault, okay?
Okay.
I've already had one person digging at me about it. No more.
Okay.
I'm gonna start walking away.
Okay, that's fine. In the right direction?
Obviously.
Make a
Actually, I
survival
don't know.
check.
I don't know.
You really don't know. Make a survival check.
I kind of want to roll a 1.
Okay. You walk for about 5 minutes and you're like, fuck, it's back the other way. You gotta go back on yourself.
I guess I've got his B game today then.
No, I was just checking to see if anyone was following us. We're okay.
Right.
I think when he walks off, Lucy's gonna be like, you don't have to be so hard on people.
I know.
We all got out alive.
The edgelord.
He barely got out alive though.
Well, I mean, so did you.
I can blame myself for that though.
For a man of the cloth, you're not very forgiving.
Nah, not really. Never have been.
Well, Shabazz, will you have a look at this for me? He's gonna get that weird green frog thing.
alright. It's a weird
shit,
green frog thing.
Yep. I picked it up in the first cave, I think.
Yeah, I do have a note of how much or what it does even. Ah.
Got no idea what it does, but kind of looked interesting.
Is it just like a frog? His hands are a frog.
Can we write it?
I like to think that Cromran tries
Back in a
to
sec.
climb onto this tiny frog and just.
Hang on, get up!
I'm just thinking like school children, like the guy just gives this girl a toad.
Oh, it's romantic.
I thought it looked cool. We don't have identify
Round the
yet.
session already.
We'll probably arcane it or history it.
Fuck.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Sorry, I've have to run off for 2 seconds. Close the campaign guide. What happened?
Promising.
She's looking at the frog.
Okay. Are you just looking at it or
Well,
cast it?
I don't have identify, so I can probably use, I don't know, like arcane or history. I have both.
I would look at roll an arcana. No, roll a history. Yeah. Do you have any does anyone have any proficiency in jewelry sets or anything like that?
I do have a jeweler's tools. As
Okay.
well as tools.
16.
16. It is a small jade frog. I remember, I'm just trying to find it. Okay, it is a jade statuette of a frog with tiny golden orbs for eyes. With a 16, looking at its craftsmanship and looking at its sort of feeling its weight and the actual size of the item, it fits quite comfortably in a hand. It's about the size of a tennis ball. You probably work out it's worth about 40 gold, give or take, to the right merchant.
And I do have vendors, so I'd be able to know pretty good value on it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing historical about it.
No. It's a trinket. It's the kind of thing rich nobles would give to grandchildren and things like that. It's worth coin, not much else. It's like a paperweight.
Well, it's worth quite a penny. But not much else about it.
It's a very pretty little frog.
Yeah, it's
Oh, and I nearly forgot. And then he's going to start doling out the copper and silver he found as well.
Sure.
Oh, pocket change.
So it's 150 copper each and 25 silver each.
Well, that's it.
I don't know if I'm putting this in this platinum or silver, but there we go.
Meg, you're such a blagger. Oh, I don't know. Platinum or just 1,000. I don't know if he said 120. I'll just put like.
Well, is it copper, silver? No, it's
150 copper, which is at the top. 35 silver, which is directly underneath.
what's the one after that?
I think that's Electrum.
Yeah, there's no electrum.
Okay, there
Yeah, it's called EP.
we go. Like I got 25. What was it? Platinum. Peasants.
I'm sorry, mistress.
So, before you guys are ready to set off, have you prepped spells and stuff like that for the day?
I did
Yep.
mage armor and arcane recovery just to get my slot back. I don't have to think about it.
I've got my blessing on my weapon for +1, and that's it.
You don't need to put gain recovery, Meg. Or you got it back, you mean?
Well, I used it in order to get my spell slot for mage armor. Right?
You've just taken a long rest, so you should have all your meds.
She woke up, she cast Mage Armor, and then used Arcane Recovery to get that spell back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sweet, so you're mage armored up for 8 hours?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So,
Enchanted my face with beauty as well.
oh, how'd you go about doing that?
I
Bananas.
splattered some mud over my face and then wiped some of it off.
Cool. Some stinging nettles on the lips just to make them fill out a little bit. Right.
Exactly.
This is going to be like in the camouflage, bro.
Imagine Lucius constantly walks around like fucking Arnie from Commando or something like that. Predator.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you're getting ready to sort of get on the move, a little green-skinned, pointy-eared, sharp-teethed, skinny runt of a goblin, shackled up next to Sildar, looks at you pleadingly, and sort of shakes his manacles, just trying to encourage you to giggle on that. He's like shaking the manacles at Lucius.
Why should I free you?
Gleekda. Is it you that speaks Orc, Lucius?
Yeah.
You loosely translate as faster.
So he's shaking his manacles and saying faster.
Yeah. So if you take these off, we can go faster.
You don't walk with your arms.
Okay. Sildar chuckles a little bit under his breath, being one of their captive for a few days. So, we getting on the road?
Yes. You sure you're up for this, Sildar?
Feeling very recovered now. Much better, thank you.
I look at his missing hand.
Yeah. He's got it bandaged up. You can see a little bit of blood on the tip of it, the stump. Imagine it's been cut right from the wrist. The bone's probably still a bit sharp, jagged and stuff. He just kind of looks at his wrist and he's like, "Let's get on the way."
I've got something that I might be able to help with that. And I'll pull out like the orc, severed orc, and I pull off a goblin beginning.
No, you pull out Sildar's hand that you took from the beginning.
I picked up an orc.
No, you took. There was the one orc. The goblin you took it off had Sildar's hand.
Oh, I've got it in my notes as severed orc.
And it was Sildar's hand.
Oh.
As you like pull
I'll
it,
just offer him his own hand then.
he kind of like catches it like one arm, like thanks, I think. And he kind of looks at you all as if so, what do I fucking do with it?
Oh, a little duct tape. You could just put it right back on.
He looks at Crumb. Here it is.
Not immediately, no.
You should be glad he gave it you back. Your mother gave it to you.
He like smells it. Oh.
I'm not really sure if
It's
we
a
can
bit-
put it back on.
Bit potent. Oh, fuck it. And he just chucks it in a bush. Come on. Let's
Oh,
Very well.
I'm going to scramble after it. Just quiet.
Do you want him to see you, or are you stealthing it up?
Quiet.
Oh,
Nope, he looks like he's seeing me.
he's like, "Oh, come on, lad."
It might be handy.
Just gives you like a death look. Probably more handy than you were after yesterday's battle.
Well, yes, I'm not a hand.
Come on, sit the road.
You sure you're the one who should be making hand puns?
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean to Sildar.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Who's leading the way?
The goblin. Keep an eye on him. I'm going to be scouting around, making sure we don't
Very
get
well.
crept up on.
And he kind of like slaps Glib on the back of the head. Just going to get out. Like as he's like obviously swearing at Sildar, and Sildar's pushing him ahead. Glib catches a glimpse of Shabazz. He's good, and does a small bow to her and carries on, like moving with his little manacles behind his back. He's good, meaning the Fire Queen.
It's pretty cute, to be honest.
I think that's what he was calling you before, if I remember right.
Yeah, something like that.
So, with Glib leading the way, you guys set on a trail. It kind of weaves through the forest, getting deeper into the forest where you are. And you seem, I mean, you're all pretty savvy and you've got passive skills. You seem to be heading north by northeast, occasionally having to break more north and more east with the terrain for the sort of gradients in the hills, etc. It's not flat going, it's a lot of up and down and up and down. You occasionally get a break in the forest. with some large, almost marshy grassland. And you're traveling for about 4 hours, non-stop, when the weather gets horrendous. Gale force winds seem to start streaking across you as you're in this open sort of prairie, say, and the rain is coming at you sideways. It's like a weekend in Brecon in Wales. It's hideous. Within another hour, 5 hours into this journey, the ground underneath you is just squelching. There's mud everywhere. Like, you're soaked through all the way to your sort of Under Armour is just ridden and wet. And Glib is just not happily, but he's just trudging along, head down. Occasionally looks around, confirms with himself, shakes his head at himself, talks to himself a little bit, and changes direction slightly. Seems to be on a decent path, and it's just treading along. Lucius, I think it's you that would have got the most information from him, being the one who can speak the closest to his tongue. He told you it was a day's travel. Sort of halfway through the day, you're seeing no signs of anything goblin related or anything that would associate with where your destination.
So, what does that mean? Does that mean he's leading me the wrong way?
You'd probably start to get that feeling that he was leading you the wrong way.
I want to sneak up on him and scare him.
Okay, roll stealth. I guess you're in the wings anyway, right?
Yeah.
Not yet, easy enough. How are you going about scaring him?
I'm just gonna like creep up behind him and trip him up.
Okay.
Because he's handcuffed behind his back. He's just gonna slam face first into the
It's just gonna face palm. So you just kind of like putting an ankle in and just pushing his back like. Doof. He's just going. Just go. And he's like rolling on his side, hands behind his back like.
I'm gonna put my foot on his chest and be like. I'm gonna aim an arrow at his head and be like, "Where are you taking us?"
He's like screaming at you and snarling his teeth and his tongue slobbering, and then the arrow comes out and he's just like, Cragmore. He smiles at you.
No sign of goblins around here. What's going on?
Safe. Kishko Rosny. Safe. Yeah, safe.
What do you mean?
Safe. Chris,
And he looks. You can see he's more trying to get the.
Get what, sorry?
He's trying to find the right word to say to you in common.
is
And he looks. He tries to like screech around. Looks to a large part of the wood to your right, and then he does like a face as if to say like dead.
Is there dead in those woods?
yeah, kiss.
Yes.
But that's where Cragmore is, right?
Gaskus. Yes.
Well, then lead the way.
And he looks at you. He shakes his manacles.
Gorosny. Fast.
We're not gonna let you die. Don't worry about that, Green. You don't
He-
need. I think you cut out there.
He like. He's like. You can see he's confused, and he tries to stand up if you'll let him.
Yeah.
He stands up, and then with his like bare goblin clawed toad feet, he like starts to scrape in the mud, and he draws an arrow, and then he draws another arrow. One arrow is pointing the way he's heading, one's pointing to the woods. He treads on the arrow pointing the way he was heading, smiles,
Cragmore. Safe.
points to the other one.
Cragmore. Dead.
How long? Crackmore's safe?
Tomorrow.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah. Yeah, he looks terrified to go into the forest, the deep part. It doesn't look like he's lying to you. He just looks like he is telling the truth. It's just that the one route that he's trying to take you on is probably safer and longer. But we'll get you to the same. As far as you can work out, we'll get you to the same. And then he points at the one with the bad, the deaf, and he shakes his manacles.
Okay.
Shakes his manacles. Points at the ground to the forest.
Shakes his manacles.
As if to say, take my manacles off and we can go that way. I will show you. The bad way, like the deaf way.
How long, death way?
Gorish, which you in Orcish is late morning.
So it's literally gonna say like a whole day.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna walk back to the group.
Yeah.
I'll just say, the goblin says if we go through the forest, we can get there today. But there's a lot of nasty things in there.
Well, can we handle it? I mean, what kind of nasty things?
The dead.
Or if they're dead, they're not going to be that big of a problem, right?
The kind of dead that walk around.
Can we avoid them?
But we can.
At
It's
least,
going to take another day to get to Craigmore Castle.
I mean, are we definitely going to run into them going that route?
Maybe, maybe not. How quiet can you be?
I kind of just like shake myself a little bit. Not very quiet, to be fair.
Sildar,
Yes.
I'm afraid this is going to have to be your call. You know the most about this mission. We have the option of going through the woods. There's undead in there. It could get nasty. But we'll get there to your friend today. But if we go the long way, we won't get there till tomorrow.
Okay. If they have Gundren, they don't mean to kill him. He's a sturdy dwarf, he can last through anything. I'd rather get us all there, take the safe route into Cragmore. Give us more time to plan, than try and kamikaze it through that forest. We know it's deadly, and this little fucker won't walk through it. Maybe we take the long way around.
He's willing to walk through it if I remove his manacles, but I find that somewhat suspicious.
Yes, of course he will. Take those manacles off, he'll be slipping away before you know. Blink of an eye. Probably bring a party of his little fuckers back. Cut us in our sleep. I don't trust him. I don't trust to follow him, and that's enough.
Very well. Everyone in agreement to go around?
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah, guess so.
I still don't understand the problem with some dead that we were able to walk. Okay.
Well, you've never heard of Undead Shu?
Yeah, Stories. Don't believe them though.
Maybe we should go that way just to show him.
Well, if that crazy old man was anything to go by, could be seeing a lot more of them around. Anyway, let's get moving. I'm just gonna run up and point towards the safe way to Greenie.
Smiles. Shake his man pleadingly one last time. No. And walks on. You just dead.
I do the when he shakes his manacles again. I do the old Heart of Darkness stare.
Just walks on. Okay. You plod on. It takes you a better part of an hour to get out of the sludgy, marshy part of the ground. And you keep plowing forward. Being the weather is poor, darkness seems to set early. This will be your sort of night before getting to Cragmore. It'll be sort of half a day's journey from here. A couple of hours is what you imagine if Greenie's telling you the truth. He's starting to stumble in front of you. He looks a bit sort of exhausted almost. He's not coping with the constant falling over, hitting his face on the ground, struggling back up with manacles on, and his pace has really slowed. He seems to be on the same course. And eventually you come to two large like hills that sort of protrude about 200 meters out of the ground. It makes like a saddle in the like a valley almost, these two round top hills, and he starts to lead you in between them. One of the banks is very, very steep, and he's trying to climb up it in front. Sildar's sort of pushing him forward whenever he falls with his good hand. And eventually you sort of crest this like false plateau. And there's like a small rocky outcropping in the side of the right-hand side hill. And Glib like kicks the dirt near it. Sleep. Here. Safe.
I'm going to look around this area for a different campsite.
Sure. Go ahead and roll survival. Do the rest of the party, while Lucy's looking around, what the rest of the party do?
I'm gonna go talk to Shu.
Okay.
Shabazz is going to be using her hat as kind of like an umbrella and have the book right up to her face, reading it.
Bless. That's so cute. Like, every now and then, like the brow of your hat like bends in from the weight of the water, and you just get this trickle of like down your book, like like a water spout.
Precipitation. Dry it. Keep reading.
I almost imagine you could have like, do you know like Harry Potter when they use their prestidigitation to like making them almost like, imagine you could do that. You could just have like an invisible umbrella over your head. So, Lucius, you set out. It takes you about 20 minutes looking around. You crest one of the top of the hills to get a better vantage point of where you are. Looking around, he's actually picked a pretty decent spot. The downside being, if you were to get more shelter from the sort of elements, you'd have to go into the forest. But where you are, with a decent watch, you can see quite well around you. Imagine like Weathertop, but without the castle bit in Lord of the Rings. Does that make sense? Yeah. It's kind of like a location like that, so it's decent. You've got a bit of overhang from the hill shelter, or the nearest place is, from what you can see from where you are, from your vantage point, is about another 20 minutes east of here, deeper into the forest.
he'd definitely feel more comfortable in the forest.
Okay. So you want to lead the party there?
If they'll follow, yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'll leave it to you.
I found a better campsite.
Is it as wet as here?
No, it's drier. It's in the woods.
Oh, that'll do nicely.
Isn't that where the people walking were? The people that shouldn't be walking are walking.
Don't think so. Is it?
Is it the dark forest? More like pointing towards this doomy, gloomy hut.
It's
We should sleep over
it's
there.
There's flowers behind us and it's death in front.
Like
It's
all
the
the
same
trees have those
forest all round.
faces.
yeah, it's the same forest all round. You're a good few hours past where he didn't. But it's the same forest, if that makes sense. This forest is, it's not like a British forest that's about 500 meters wide. It's like a Canadian forest, which is feels endless when you're in it. So the forest just goes on and on. But you're a good few hours away from where he didn't.
That was hours back. Good.
As long as it's drier, I'll follow.
Will be. Come on.
Dusting out her book, following.
Did you ever talk to me?
We'll talk when we're walking.
Sure. Walk and talk.
Sure, how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm somewhere between 19 and 20. But I'm not entirely sure because I've been out on the road a lot.
You're just a kid.
Well, yeah.
Why are you out when you're so young? Is that not dangerous?
Well, I mean, why are you out when you're so old?
Well, I'm middle-aged. I'm not quite.
Yeah, cheeky cunt.
I'm in the middle hundreds, okay? I'm not.
Middle hundreds.
Yeah.
That's like dying age for us.
More reason not to be out when you're so young.
Well, no. See, when you get given a special honor to leave, you take it. I'm the first person in like 200 years to leave my town. So,
Okay.
I take the opportunity.
Okay. Sorry if I'm really hard on you. I didn't realize you were so young.
It's okay. I'm still learning how to do stuff. I'm good at cooking.
I'll
that's about
teach
it.
you. You teach me to cook and I'll teach you to fight, okay?
Okay.
In a knowing way that I cannot teach you how to fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say. We can spar.
No cheating with that tail of yours either.
But I was told to use it. It's something that a lot of people don't have, and it's an advantage.
You can climb high with it. That's a big advantage. Do you reckon you can climb up and see if we can see Cragmaw or whatever we're looking for?
Do the trees look like I could climb them to the very top? Or
So
would they be a bit little dangerous at the top?
You can try. You're a monkey. You can do what you want.
I know, I was more thinking of like just how strong would it be at the top? Like, would it hold them essentially?
They're like, a lot of them are like big fern trees. So,
Alright.
sorry, so, and there's, in this forest, I mean, describe the forest, as you sort of chatting away, you enter the forest, it's quiet when you walk in. Like the gushing wind and rain from grasslands disperses within 10-15 meters in day almost. The air in here is thick and stale, and it has that smell of tree sap, wet grass, it smells very fresh, but at the same time it's like almost claustrophobic. The Neverwinter wood is a wood made of fir trees, coniferous trees, your cedars, birches, all your hardwoods. But it also is home to lots of megaflora. Huge trees the size of 4 or 5 big oak trees could fit inside one of these. And they're like 200 feet tall. There's large leaves the size of your arm span. There's all these bushes and weird grasses that you don't really get in a standard wood or forest, which you guys would be used to. Apart from Lucius, you'd be more used to this from the northern hemisphere. It's imagine like Jurassic Park, prehistoric but less tropical, more sort of colder climatey, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm making any sense there. You could climb some of the trees. You could climb one of the megafloras, but it would be decent. That would get you high enough to be able to see over most of the canopy, but not completely. You can gauge that from being below. Like the canopy is a good 100 feet above you, 100 meters above you. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I could probably climb up there.
Go for it.
I'll give him guidance.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Okay. I climbed the tree.
Lou, while they're doing that, can I start building us a nice little shelter?
Sure, go ahead, roll some survival. So, climb, survival for the camp building stuff. So I guess Lucius has pushed on a little bit.
That's a 24 because I'm in the forest.
Sure. So you push forward a little bit with Sildar and Greenie and Glib. Sildar sits him down, shoves him in the mud, and you go out and forage some supplies. Shu, your roll hasn't come up yet, dude.
I haven't done it yet.
Oh.
Just clicking.
Okay. Yeah, Lucius, you spend a good 20 minutes setting up camp before you see Shu and the rest of them. Unless Shabazz or anyone decided to follow Lucius instead. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I stayed to watch.
He's listening in on their conversation, taking notes for.
Sure. So you three stay to watch Shu climb the tree. The rest, go ahead. Lucius, you're kind of like cooking away, or you setting up camp. You build a little lean-to, set out your bed in, and you sort of shelter and whatever. Get a little. Would you have a fire this evening? Your call.
Well, we're half a day away, and then we're in the woods, so that's gonna seriously reduce how far it can be seen from, right?
Yeah.
So I think he'd go for it, especially since we're all probably soaking wet. And we don't want to get hypothermia and all that shit. We need to dry our clothes. So yeah, he's gonna have a fire.
Okay, so you've got a fire going, camp set up. Sildar and Glib are sat there. Glib the goblin, just chilling out. Glib's kind of like lying against this rock, and he's kind of like.
I'm gonna give him some rations.
He smiles at you with a teethy, horrible yellow-teethed grin. And you're like, where the fuck's the rest of the party? Shu, 20 minutes of solid climbing, and you finally reach the top of this canopy from climbing this huge megaflora. You had to start by climbing like 2 of the lower trees, shuffle across branches, and get like you sort of plot your own route so you can start getting to the bark on this tree is almost like it's so thick and crumbled but solid. It's almost like a rock climbing wall as you get further up, and you start to like get a real grasp of it using your tail for both hands and feet going away, and you break the canopy. You get about 20 meters above the canopy in this tree, and you overlook northeast. You see for a good couple of miles, for at least a mile or two, forest. Then you see a little bit of open land, a river, and then a large hill crests up. On top of that hill, you see it's very distant and hard to make out. It's about 4 or 5 miles at least. But you see a man-made structure of stone, grey, featureless from your distance anyway, on top of this hill with like kind of like not quite a moat but like a channel dug out around this hill where you can been man-made and the forest has been cut away from there. You can see like tree stumps that have been left, but a lot of it has been cut short. Does that make sense? Sure.
Sorry, I was actually just talking then when you asked. So it looks like they cut it back. Sort of.
Yeah, so about 5 mile away, man-made structure. It looks very, but it looks the forest hasn't. They've maintained it. It's hard to tell from this distance.
Yeah.
Definitely a fortified man-made structure of stone. There is just to the, probably about a mile to the west-northwest of that castle, so it's probably a mile short of the castle between you and there. You do see smoke rising as the last light is sort of going down from what looks to be like a ranger's cabin, like a cabin, a little bit closer to you. That's kind of northwest.
Cool.
The rest of it is just open forest, bit of land, a large river running from west to east, or from east to west, sorry. And then you can look right the way back over the horizon. Crest that horizon after a bit. It takes you a minute to get down, so it's been a good half an hour of you solid climbing, and the guy's waiting downstairs for you almost.
Cool. When I get to the lower branches, I'm going to try and hook my tail around a branch and just dangle upside down a bit to try and almost Spider-Man my way to be in front of Cromwell.
Sure, go for it.
So I'm dangling upside down, so I'm trying to get that all over.
No, you could easily do that. You could maneuver yourself. If you're trying to do it without him coming, you'd have to be stealthy.
Not
But
necessarily.
your natural sort of climbing ability, acrobatics, you could do that easily enough.
Sweet. Yeah, so I'll come down and be like, hey. So,
Hey.
yeah, there's a big castle thing. Like all the way that way. I did see like a wood cabin, which is like between there and here, and there's smoke coming out of it, so I think there's people there.
Oh. Okay. Did it look ominous in any way, or just like a normal wood cabin?
I've never seen an ominous wood cabin, so I will say a normal wood cabin.
That's fair. Maybe we could pay a visit.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, we got like the guy who likes the forest as well. You know, good old Lucy. Yeah, exactly. Good old Lucy who likes the forest. So maybe
Yeah,
they're like
Lucy.
his friends.
Okay. Is he upside down? Are you hanging upside down? Yeah. Just try to tilt my head a little bit so I can awkwardly look at you.
If I glance over at Shabazz, is she frantically writing?
Yes. In fact, she's doodling him hanging upside down and Cromwell leaning over for a kiss, like in Spider-Man.
Spider-Man!
That was exactly what I was going.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's about it.
Okay, well that's good. We're going the right way.
Yes. Do you know if Lucy is made a fire or anything? Because I'm happy to cook us dinner.
He just kept walking, to be honest.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Where's he
we
gone?
I don't know. He just kept walking. We waited here.
Lucy!
Can I hear her?
Oh yeah. It like echoes, like you hear it and then you hear the echo going past you, like Lucy.
I want to try and sneak up on him.
Go for it, roll some stealth.
What is it?
Is that passives? Has anyone got a passive?
14.
Checking, hold on. Passive is 14 as well.
Shabazz?
Shabazz doesn't see him. But she's frantically drawing this romantic scene right now, so... That's what she's
Sure.
focusing
So, Lucius, describe how you're stealthing up. And Shu and Vem will obviously see you at some point, but they react to
I think you just see like a rustle in one bush, perhaps behind Shabazz. Then it just comes like slowly edging out like Hamsin.
Let me take a sneaky peek at what she's drawing.
Yeah, he's gonna look over Shabazz's shoulder and see what he's doing.
I'm just gonna give you like a what the fuck is he doing sort of look.
What is she drawing?
She's gonna have to tell you now.
Yeah, the scene of Shu hanging upside down from the tree in front of Crumrun, sorry. And they're like doing the Superman kiss.
Spider-Man kiss.
Spider-Man kiss, whatever.
Well, I'm certainly glad you guys managed to resolve that tension.
You're next, Lucy.
What?
Never mind.
No,
And she's
no,
just
I don't-
making more
I don't-
notes.
No, no, I don't do that. I don't swing that way.
Me neither, but we're in the
I
woods.
set up a camp, got a fire.
Thanks.
Hey, Lucy, I think we found some of your manly friends. They staying in a cabin nearby. Oh, I say nearby.
Do you want
In between.
to know a cabin nearby, Lou?
Or not familiar with this part of the wood, I wouldn't say. If it's rangers, you like markings closer to it and stuff like that. That would, you know, like
The little rock mounds.
kind of, yeah. There would be like symbols and stuff like that. You know, stashes and stuff that are highlighted. Ranger symbols, almost like a thieves' camp, but how rangers work.
Oh, is it like one of those like halfway houses sort of thing,
Yeah,
where like anyone can stop there, but they're supposed to like restock it?
yeah. You restock it, you clean it out. You know, you can take the shitty bed sheets off and all that sort of stuff. You look after it.
It's like an Airbnb.
Kind of, yeah. You don't pay for.
Sounds like a halfway house. Looks like
Oh.
he's taking us to the right place then.
Oh yeah. I saw the big castle place too.
Oh, good to know. Might
I'm
actually
still upside down talking to him at the minute.
might actually let that little fucker go.
He has been good by his word.
Yeah. Don't think Sildar's gonna like it though.
Well, what if Sildar's not here right now, is he?
No.
What if we just, let him go in the night? Instead we just say, oh no, Sildar, he escaped.
No, I think we want him to lead us in. We need to give ourselves a good chance. He might know a way getting there without being seen. But we can try and make sure he goes free.
Well, okay. I was gonna say, did you make a fire? And I can cook us something. I've got more of those mushrooms if you like.
Lucius just stares back in horror and attempts to sneak back into the bushes.
just one step backward. Just wait for the surround.
No thanks. I'm gonna look for some meat. You go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'll pass on those mushrooms as well.
I was only kidding.
Okay.
If you could find some food, I'm just calling out to like a bush where I last saw him. If you could find some other food, I'll stew it or something without the mushroom.
Do you think we should give the mushrooms to the goblin boy? Or is that a little cruel?
I will put them in something, just in case Lucy knows what they are.
It's a goblin.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know I'm going to put it in the goblin. But I was going to put it in, like, a separate bowl of food. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Just for some entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait a minute. No, maybe not a good idea. What if it makes a lot of noise?
What if he tries to eat Sildar?
That would be terrible.
As you say that with a big smirk.
What if he has like a
That
life?
would be awful.
What if he has a life-changing experience? He renounces ways.
Lucius comes out of a different bush.
Teleport around the forest. I mean, last time you were on the mushrooms, you tried to eat a tree. I don't think it's going to go much better for him.
Yeah, maybe throw those mushrooms away.
No. I have an idea that I'm going to do with them.
God. We need to get ourselves a royal taste tester now.
Come on, get yourselves into camp. Let's get ourselves dry.
Shabazz is already heading off to the camp with her notes to work on this book, this masterpiece.
So what is your book? What are you writing about? You did a lot of writing in that book, Shabazz.
Oh, it's a lot of like wizard notes and stuff. You wouldn't understand.
Probably not. Wizard notes.
You actually hear Lucius chuckle.
I don't know. I'm really clever.
Should I roll a deception on that?
If we want to.
We're not inside. If you don't want.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna try anything.
We have no reason to believe you're lying.
She has like 0 deception.
But maybe you can show it me sometime, and then I can learn some magic.
Maybe you'll be better with that than
Stop it!
Yeah.
No! Shut up!
leave the boy. He's young. He's a kid.
He's fast. He's got good potential.
From another bush.
like does the bush shake every time he talks?
Oh, I'm back in camp now. I'm back in camp.
There's bushes around the camp.
Lucius, did you go hunting?
Yeah, he's gonna go hunting.
Okay. Sweet. Go for a hunt. So, go through talking with Shabazz and getting dinner ready and stuff like that. You go hunting. Roll me a survival. To find your prey, your quarry.
That's 40 in the forest.
14. You go off on a hunt. How long are you going out for?
I don't really want to go too far from camp because I don't want to leave there.
Okay.
I just want something like a rabbit or like. Small...
Yeah. You push about a mile out. You start to see some tracks. You follow these tracks. It looks like a small deer, like a roebuck deer. White tail, about 3 foot high, chunky, definitely sustain the whole party for the day. So you begin to track it. It leads you alongside like a small stream, which is trickling in the direction you're walking. Good sign that it's following a game trail, probably heading to a watering hole. And you continue to follow these tracks for about 10-15 minutes, where you come into a very small open area where the brambles all sort of part. And you see where the tracks led. In front of you is a small, well, very small half deer. It looks like it's been torn completely in half, shredded. There's quite a lot of blood and claret all over the flora around you, all over the you kind of instinct kicks in and you stoop down. Go ahead, Ron.
Roll stealth.
Yeah.
Shit.
You sort of, as you go to crouch down, your cloak gets caught on a branch and like rustles the branch, and you hear like 2 birds fly away. hold your breath and wait patiently, trying to look around, see if this is a place you need to back out of. As you look around, a tree to your left-hand side, you see a pair of large claw marks that seem to have gone down this tree on either side multiple times, like a scratching post, for instance. You look around and you start to sort of assess the situation, and you see a set of tracks right under your feet. They are bear-like, and inside one of the tracks you find a small feather. Make me an H check.
Ooh. I think I get something. I think I get a +2. Is that right?
Probably. I'll give you anyway.
Yeah, I get a +4 to this.
Oh, nice.
Because I get double proficiency. So 10.
10. You pick up the feather and you kind of assess it a little bit. It's a decent sized feather, and you look at the colouring of it. It's kind of like a pale white colour, and you sort of feeling the downiness of this feather. Being a ranger, you think that's definitely that's not like a top layer feather. You assess the situation again. Make me a perception check. So, do you get +2 to that in the forest?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 9. You look around and you listen for a good minute or two. You don't hear anything. It seems safe, seems quiet for now. You can make a choice. You can go and get the remains of that deer, take it back as your quarry. We can get the fuck out of there. Your call. Or you can do anything else you can think of. Or, yeah, that's the situation at the moment.
Well, have I got any idea what this feather's from?
With a 7, what was it? A 10, sorry.
Yeah. How big is it?
You're like racking your brain and you're looking at putting the claws together and stuff like that. The feather's quite small, but you can tell it's definitely like an underlayer feather, like an insulation layer. And then looking at putting all this together, you start to sort of think about what's going on, and then looking through you've never seen one before, going through, books, listening to other rangers tell stories and hunters in taverns bragging and stuff like that. The word owlbear comes into mind, and as you get that realization and you're on your own and you see this quarry that is not finished, and you think, that was an owlbear, that would be all gone, or he's saving some for later and he's local. And your heart starts to beat a little bit quicker.
I'm gonna put the feather in my pocket and scooch the hell out of there.
Sure. You taking the quarry with you?
Nope.
Okay. So you make your way back, keeping the same stealth as previous. Did you add anything to your stealth? Sorry. Is it just
No.
10?
Just 10. Yeah.
Okay. You make your way back to camp. Takes you about 20 minutes to get back to camp. While at camp, what are the rest of you guys doing?
Writing in my book.
Gonna get my little anvil out. I've got a little portable.
Oh yeah.
Ticket. Gonna start just getting some little metal ingots out and heating them in the fire. Just pottering away, not really making anything in particular, just smithing for a night. Out there in a while.
So what you are you just kind of making shapes, or
Just
objects or dagger-sized objects? What do you think?
yeah, kind of like dagger-sized little objects, nothing in particular, just keeping myself fresh.
Okay. Obviously, everyone can see you doing this. You kind of roll out your tool belt, hammers, chisels, tongs, things like that, and you're putting you've got some dwarf dust that I would say you would have in your standard it gives it that heat that you would need to heat metal. Chuck a bit of this dust in the fire and it just burns intensely for a few minutes. You sort of turn the metal, gets it bright red, place it on your small anvil, pull your hammer out and start just banging away. This goes on for a couple of minutes. Lucius, you're making your... And from the direction of the campsite, a good 10 minutes out, you can hear ching, ching, ching.
Lucius thinks it's people fighting and he's like going to sprint back.
Okay. What the rest of you doing while Rem's going away and working some shit? Shabazz is writing in a book. Is there anything in particular you're writing in your book?
Mostly just working on something I can trade as story.
Okay. Nice, cool. Sildar is sort of going away, got a rag, cleaning his sword, trying to rebandage up his bad arm. Little glib Greenie is rubbing his feet, trying to like get the sores out of him, and occasionally like manacles, he's behind his back, but he's like leaning over cross-legged and he's trying to turn toes to try to bite his like toenails. And he's like staring at Shabazz the whole time he's doing it, like trying to like reach down. He's got like a toe in his mouth and he's got like the big toenail on his back teeth, and he's like, you know, like a dog when it eats a bone. He's like going to town on it. It's fucking horrendous. What's Shu doing?
Shu will be doing what he's had to do most of the time, which is, even though the camp's set up, he's climbing up to sort of the low branches and setting up his own little, sort of like what he's usually done with the bedroll over the branch above, just to cover from the rain, and so he's got somewhere to sleep in the tree.
Yeah, okay, it's cool. Nice wide branch, wrap your tail around it, support yourself, shelter you, and the sort of the droplets from the leaves up you. Go to sleep?
Not yet.
Okay,
He's
so you just...
He's staying up to see if Lucius comes back with something to...
Sure, you just hear this rhythmic ching, 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 ching. Vem, you being at the highest point, you would hear a rustling in the bushes coming at you fast. It's panicking, it's a fast-paced moving object, and Lucius, you break through the bush line into the camp to see Vem. Ching, ching.
Lucius has got his bow raised.
And having heard him coming, I've raised the hammer ready to throw
Oh shit.
as he breaks through the bushes.
So you two are like arrows, bow drawn, arrow at the ready, hammer, like back to be thrown, and you see each other. Do you release? How do you converse? How does it look?
I just smile and go back to smithing.
Looks at you, smiles. Ching, ching.
Lucius is gonna be like, Crop, what are you doing?
Keeping my mind on the go.
I hear that from like half a mile away.
Oh, that's a little loud, right?
Yeah, I'll pull out a feather. This tiny little downy feather and go, Owlbears in these woods.
And I'm like a big bell. Oh,
Make a persuasion check, Lucius.
Persuade.
Yeah. Because you're telling the truth, so you're like, come on, shut the fuck up.
+2 because it's in the woods.
Piece of- I mean, he doesn't look scared. Lucius doesn't look scared, but he looks cautious. Like the eye contact with you is kind of like there is owlbears.
guess we better be watching out then, huh?
Yeah.
What's an owlbear exactly? Don't tell me it's a mixture between an owl and a bear.
That sounds so
Nature.
cute!
Shabazz, you're educated. You can make an edge check.
Are we talking more on like the bear the size of an owl? Or an owl the size of a bear?
What'd you roll, Meg?
13.
Talking about an owl that's bigger than a bear. Giant claws.
That's no good.
One sec, Meg.
Well, when an owl and a bear fall in love.
Okay, now you're really making stuff up. I mean, you said the dead are walking, now you're saying that an owl had sex with a bear. Come on.
I didn't say that.
Shabazz, you've definitely heard of them, but you wouldn't be able to describe one. You could probably draw a picture of one that you've seen in a book, but you wouldn't be able to give any, like, comparison. Sildar steps up, however. Owlbear. Aye. Makes sense in these places. You want to be quiet. There's owlbears around. Terrible creatures they are. Tear you in half. In the bat of an eye.
Majestic though.
Sure they are. Wouldn't want to meet one to find out.
Meanwhile, Shabazz is drawing the most cute owlbear you've ever seen, and then holds
Does it
that
look like
up.
the raccoon with feathers?
Yeah, like the big googly eyes, and just like an owlbear, but just like really like you want to give it a hug, and she just
Is it
kind
like
of
sat on a branch, like it makes it look really small?
holding a little umbrella.
Oh my
And
god! Does it look like yeah, Totoro?
Totoro. Yeah. And she's just gonna hold it up to them, but look like she's gonna look like really scared of it, but like, this an owlbear.
Awesome.
Right?
Oh my god, I want one.
That's not
This is an owlbear.
Look at it, he points behind him.
It's gonna start like diatribe. It's got claws the size of a house cat.
What's a house cat?
It's like really tiny claws.
No. The size of a fully grown house cat.
Oh, I thought you meant like just their claws.
Claws like daggers. Rip a deer in half with one stroke.
And then she's gonna draw very tiny little house cat claws on it. There we go.
So did you get us any food? Anything for me to cook?
No.
Eat the
Excellent.
feather.
Sure, I just found the exact same image.
Yeah.
That's what she's drawing.
Did you literally just Google cute owl?
No, I just googled owlbear and it came up.
That's adorable.
I know.
Yeah, so Shabazz draws that. with the size of the feather that Lydia's produced. Ah, it's pretty cute. Sweet. So, how's this look, guys? Are you resting? Resting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
Sweet. Watch.
You're lagging, I missed that.
Are you putting up sentries?
Yeah, we're gonna watch you.
Sweet.
If there's elders around, hell yeah.
So, are you cooking tonight, guys? You were mentioning mushrooms and stuff.
Lucy's just sticking to the rations.
Okay, rations.
I've got nothing special to cook, so it'll be a ration night. Because the only thing I think the only thing that's in the cooking utensils like spices and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Sweet. So you will mark off rations and down your neck. Eventually, the party starts to get bedrolls out, get comfortable, go to sleep. Who's on first?
I can go first.
So, sure. Are you pairing up, you guys? There is 6 of you, am I right?
I want to do last watch.
Okay.
Is there enough of us to pair up for a whole?
I think so, yeah.
Does that include Goblin though? Green.
Yeah, you'd have to pair up with one of you.
It's 2 hours you can watch for it.
Yeah.
So, not enough for stuff.
That's true. 6 hours. My maths.
So two. Well, yeah. Okay. So one group can pair up,
Yeah.
not including the goblin. I'll go on my own then, because I'm up in a tree. So
And Shabazz isn't the best lookout, so she wanted to get paired up.
I need to roll perception, right?
Sure. Read out to me what you get, guys.
23!
23. Okay. So the camp starts to settle, the fog just sort of letting this orangey sort of glow around the sort of trees. You can see as the fire is spitting and crackling. You can see the reflections on the leaves above you as you sort of chilling out on a tree branch, keeping an eye out. You notice that Glib is still awake. And he's kind of like in the dirt in front of him. He's cleaned all the leaves and debris, and he's like drawing, making shapes and stuff in the ground. And as he realizes you've seen him, and sort of rolls over and goes like as if he's going to go to sleep. The rest of your sort of couple of hours seems pretty chilled out.
What did it look like he was drawing?
You can go over and take a look if you want.
Yeah, I'll have a glance.
Yeah, so you give it a few minutes. You're attempt gone to sleep. You've got dark vision, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you go over, looking into the ground. It's hard to make out at first. Position yourself a little bit, and you look from above, and you see it looks like somebody rolled, but I'm not on the thingy.
No, she's just typed.
Oh yeah. Looking at the sort of shapes and stuff, it's really hard to work out in it. Then you kind of lean back and look at it, and it looks like a goblin with a smaller goblin playing with a small ball.
Okay.
And like you listen, and little Glibs kind of like. He's kind of sobbing in his sleep. Settles down after a minute or two. Goes calm. Burrow's quiet. Your watch sort of seems to come to an end, keeping an eye on the left. You work out it's been about a couple of hours. You want to wake up the next person? I'm not sure who said they were next.
I can go next, yeah.
Sure.
So I'm gonna nudge you awake and be like, nothing special, but I think little goblin guy has a family and we've taken him away, or they're dead. I'm not sure, but he was drawing pictures and crying and stuff. I really think we should let him go. So,
Okay. Thanks.
good night.
Uh,
I'm hungry.
Everyone just hears good night. Oh fucking hell! A mini heart attack in your sleep.
Wakes up and shoots off a fireball. Huh?
It's like the drunken dad when you go camping. No, everyone, like fucking.
Whoa.
Oh, fuck. Okay, sweet. Make a perception check for me, Crom. Read it out.
That's a 5.
Okay. Is there a way I can turn this music down? I've got it on, and it's still loud as dick.
No, let me find a different playlist.
Yeah, some of the songs are just really loud on there.
I'll just turn you guys up, and I can turn my laptop down.
I've just noticed what your stream name is, or was. 50 Shades of Shu.
So fitting.
Yeah.
So,
Get it funky.
Bem, you sort of do a little walk around the campsite. Do you try and have a look at the little picture?
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to checking that out.
Yeah, you see, like, he's not sobbing anymore. You see, it's quite easy for you to see with your dwarven vision and the earth. You can see it's definitely like an adult goblin with a younger goblin that's playing with a toy, like it's very roughly drawn. He's kind of drawn it with feet, but it's easy to work out what it is. And he's definitely put some love and attention into this little drawing. As you're looking at it, you kind of hear rustle in the bush behind you. In the distance, some animal maybe, local rabbit or bear or wolf or something. Just hard to make out exactly what the sound was, but it was a sound.
Yeah, I stop concerning myself with the goblin and I just sit and pay more attention to what's going around.
Sure. About 10 minutes pass. And you hear it seems to get distant. You sit quiet and listen. You listen. As you're sat there waiting, the light of the fire and the heat from the fire is kind of the side of your... Patiently wait. About 20 minutes go by. Nothing. Your heart rate settles, you finally relax a little bit, you adjust yourself to get a bit... The firelight, that little flickering firelight makes you kind of blink a little bit. And the heat on your cheek, and the comfortable position you've got yourself in. And gently just drift off to a slumber. An unknown amount of time goes by, and you hear. You wake suddenly, all of you wake. The surrounding atmosphere, the fire has died down. From your heart is racing because you fell asleep on sentry. You look around, you can't see what's going on, but coming towards all of you at a race of knots sounds like an absolute stampede. Multiple sounds, multiple footsteps, groans, noises, this cacophony of hideous, unimaginable death coming your way. As you listen very quickly, more than 20, probably more than 30 things are heading your way. You're unsure what they are. You need to get the fuck out. What do you do immediately, all of you?
Silent image. Make it look like there's a boulder around us.
Okay. Silent image goes up. It's pitch black. Barely anyone can see it anyway. What's the rest of you doing? Quickly. The sound's getting closer. You can hear the trees rustling, breaking. You hear moans and groans. And fast footsteps, bipedal, running at you. It sounds very quickly like about 30 or 40 grown men running in your direction.
I'm gonna grab my bow and arrow and start running up a tree.
Okay, you run up a tree, you get high. As you get up, you've got no dark vision, have you?
No, but I can see the fire, I suppose.
Yeah, you can see the fire, you can see your camp.
Well, I can see a boulder now, I suppose.
Yeah, you can see a boulder. So you're up a tree, you can see a boulder. What's everyone else doing? Sildar.
Everyone else is up.
Sorry?
Is everyone else up here?
Everyone's up. Everyone can hear this. It's coming. 6 seconds.
Can I jump down the tree, grab a goblin guy by the, like just the chain between his manacles and haul him up a tree?
Yeah. You pull him up a tree. As you're climbing, you've got dark vision, right?
Yeah.
As you're climbing and you come out the illusion, you see, you look to your left, very quickly to you, at least 20 sets of eyes heading to you from south, and from the east, another set of eyes. Easily another 10 humanoid figures coming to 30 things approaching you fast. And the smell hits you. Rotten death. The Walking Dead are coming at you fast. 5 seconds goes by. Sildar, seeing what everyone else is doing, fox the illusion off, climbs a tree. Shabazz, Vem, what'd you do?
I'm gonna try and climb a tree.
We'll try to climb the tree.
Okay, easy. Everyone, you can climb trees. It's easy enough. Not end of the world shit. You scramble up the trees and you look below you. Within 10 seconds, Shabazz, of you getting up the tree, you feel a tap on your heel. You get up as this hand has just reached out to grab you. These you can all see this now with the firelight. Brief instant, what's left of the firelight as it's trampled out. Dozens of these humanoid undead figures crawling and trying to climb their way up the trees. Some of them gaining purchase on top of each other, crawling on top of each other, standing on each other to get to you. They start to get higher and higher and higher. How do you guys want to react?
Start shooting.
Yeah, raining
Far
down
away.
naked flames.
So yeah, over a few, you're releasing arrows, you're throwing sacred flames, burning hands goes off. These things just seem to keep coming. As few go down, more come. You're looking around, you need to get out. There is no fight in this. Sildar starts to scream, "Quickly, through the trees! Grab on the branches!" And he starts to scramble his way across. Like, he drops his pack, he's got his sword in his sheath, and he's just bare knuckling it and going. He's trying to make his way north through the forest, and he's just going from tree to tree as best he can. The rest of you guys gonna follow, or are you gonna carry on trying to fight?
Gonna try and follow.
Yeah, I want to put. This is gonna sound like a stupid thing to do, but she's an idiot. He's gonna grab the goblin and put so his basically arms around his neck, sort of thing.
Yeah, got
Say, hold on, and then start running.
So you're literally monkey carrying him. He wraps his arms around your neck, and then he gets his legs, and he just goes, "Gibish!" like with a terrified face on. Everyone make an acrobatics check for me. Sildar's rolling. Sildar rolling. Where's from Lucius? I would say disadvantage if you're carrying somebody.
Do I get anything for just being naturally tree climbing anyway? I do have this.
Oh, if you have a climbing speed. Not sure if you have this car at full speed rather than speed. Yeah, okay, 11. You are carrying someone, so prolonged exposure is going to get hot.
Yeah.
You light frame yourself, so carrying it like a gob. Okay, yeah. So you all scramble through the trees. You make your way. You manage to breach past this herd of zombie-like creatures. And Crom, you snap a branch. You fall. You hit the tree. Vibrates the tree branch that Shabazz was holding on. She falls. In front of you, about 3 meters ahead in the direction, you hear Sildar hits the deck in front. 3 of you on the ground, 3 of you in the trees. Sildar gets up, run, turns and starts to just bomb it away. Are you all gonna run?
How close?
They are still trying to crawl up the trees. They're thick as shit. They're trying to get to you. You've breached away from. They've turned slowly and they can see you. You're probably a good 20-30 meters from the front row of the horde.
Okay. I'll run.
Okay.
Run as well. Grab Shabazz if she's not coming and just grab her and go.
You just grab her and run.
I've got an idea.
Go for it.
I'm gonna jump down with the party.
Yeah.
And go, "Quickly, follow me!" And I'm gonna start leading them to where the owlbear was.
Okay. Clever. So you sort of make a wide arc, having a good idea of where the owlbear was. You know the direction. What, Mike? You have no dark vision, and it's pitch black.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
So you start to lead the troop. They start to follow you. Shu can see you. They start to follow you, and you're like.
I'm gonna light a torch then.
You take a second. The torch goes up with your tinderbox. As you turn the torch to look for the rest of the group, you see the group coming at you. Your group. Within 30 feet behind them, you see just a row of eyes all scrambling and running towards you. Shu, can you chuck us some chase music on, dude? Find some. You turn and you run, heading in the direction as best you can for the elbow. Lucius, roll us a survival check with advantage, because this is your terrain, but it's to see whether you can get there in that same direction. Nice.
Oh, 24.
Yeah. You rush, you keep plowing along. Within about 10 minutes at your pace, you get to the opening, very close to where you are, where the... When you look around, you don't hear nothing. This scrambling noise, the cacophonous echo in through the trees. Comes, and then you hear... Like, sort of quadruped beast stands on its back legs. You just see its silhouette and shadow as you raise the torch to see it's dripping more. This beak, these wide clawed arms. It bounces down in front of you, roars in your face, and then looks past you. Runs towards you, Lucius, and bounces straight through you, knocks you on your arms, and goes into the herd. And you can hear it just like screaming and roaring and racking away. You guys have got a brief window. Are you running?
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
run,
owl,
run, run.
the owlbear seems to be going to town. And you guys run. And you keep running. A mile or so goes on. And you keep running. You hear them behind you. It's as if they haven't slowed down. You've got a bit of distance on them with your sort of more physical ability than the undead. And you keep running. Eventually, you group up. You're in a small cluster. You check each other safe. Sildar goes over to you. Lucius is making sure you're all good. Is anyone doing anything to help you with this chase? You've got to run, and you're probably going to be running for a while. Any spells you want to cast? Any lights you want to use? Rid of? Anything you can think of quickly?
Can I light a torch and just throw it below us as we're running? So
Sure.
hopefully maybe draw their attention.
You want to try and like throw it? Like you want to try and throw it off your track?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
I want to start looking for ways to lead the party that are kind of more dangerous to like dumb creatures.
Sure.
Yeah, do you know? I know what I mean. Like I was.
I know what you mean. You want to try? Yeah. You want to try and like jump crevices and fucking run through
Yeah.
water and cross a river and shit like that. Yeah. Cool. Make a perception check to try and find that. Shabazz, anything from anything?
That's 18 with my foresty shoes.
Sure, got you,
I'd
Mike.
be trying to help Lucius because of she has like the eyes of a raccoon, so.
Frantically apologizing.
Sure. I'd say Shabazz, looking through another creature in the panic state probably wouldn't be enough to help somebody. It's enough to keep you safe, but I wouldn't say it's enough for you to be good enough to help somebody. Does that make sense? From, you doing anything?
No, nothing I can do.
Something, not
Yep.
that I want to physically do, but can I try and guide Lucius in the way of where the cabin is? If I remember the direction.
Sure. You can just give him a bearing, northwest. You're like, head to the cabin. It was west of here, and you sort of share a command. Lucius, if you want to follow that direction, you can. Chuck it in with that check he made.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
As long as the owlbear got it right. Did everyone see the owlbear too?
Oh yeah, it knocks you on your ass. Went over your and into the biggest threat it could see. It was, and then it's like, I don't know whether they're used to it, whatever. It dealt with for a short period, and you all start to run again. You get your bearings. You head northwest towards the ranger's cabin, and you come running. You're scrambling through trees, thicket
Likes.
get real thick. It's slow moving for you guys to get through, so you know the undead are gonna. I need you all to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Points and scores.
Shu, if you're carrying somebody, it's disadvantage. And I'll make one for
We measure
Sildar.
our
I think
weight
plus
and tally
plus
our
2 to this.
stats.
I accidentally rolled
Every
advantage,
day
but it's the
we
same.
stare at screens.
Sure. Let me bring my notes up. Do. Okay. Oh dear, guys. From Shu. Sildar's got a plus 2 from Dex. Crom and Shu. Did Mike roll? Yeah, 11. You all come running through this thicket of trees, and suddenly, in front of you, is nothing. Shu, you kind of look behind you. For a second, look forward, and you stepped over a ledge, and you Crom, you do exactly the same. You both fall about 20 feet onto these jagged rocks. You hit the deck. You both take 2d6 bludgeoning damage. Looking around you guys, it's very rough terrain, so you both take 8 damage as you fall and hit the deck. You kind of land awkwardly on these jagged rocks. You look up. The rest of the guys who succeeded, anything over 10. Also that 8 will go to old Gobby, unless you wanted to do something during your fall to save him. Would you want to have like rolled onto your back, like mid-flow?
I mean,
would you have used it?
Well, if he's on my back and I fell, I would probably end up cushioning the blow without choice anyway.
So I mean, would you have like mid-flow? You realise in your fall, would you have chosen to land on him or him on you?
Oh, him on me. He's lighter than I am.
All right, he takes 4 damage then. He's looking rough. He's kind of like he's like winded. You look up and the party's there. Shabazz, Sildar, and Lucius. 2 of your party are down below.
Come on, we haven't got time to get them back up. We could lose them on this ledge. And Lucius is gonna use acrobatics to go
You
down.
can start climbing down. Okay, roll acrobatics. Shabazz, you climbing down?
Yeah.
Sweet. Go ahead and roll acrobatics, and Sildar's gonna. Sildar just follows the same track as Lucius. Shabazz is a bit stumbly, and you all manage to safely get down. You're looking left and right. If you were to carry on going straight, you've got to climb 20 feet. Probably 20-25 feet. Deep incline. Or you can go left or right. The direction you were heading get you to the log cabin. Left or right. This looks like a really old, dried up riverbed that's quite deep. You can run alongside it and try and use the sort of rough terrain to your advantage, or you can just get out the other side. Sildar picks Crom up.
Luke, would I know how good they are at climbing?
They can climb.
You
know Undead. Yeah. You know Undead. I'll give you this passively. You know Undead. They can climb. They're not as fast, but like given time and given numbers, they could easily get over an amount of obstacles. It would definitely slow them. It wouldn't stop them completely if they fell into here. That's what you're asking. Imagine like the kind of undead I'm thinking of are your sort of World War Z or White Walkers from Game of Thrones. You know, not your dumb walkers from Walking Dead. These are like savage creatures that just want to eat your fucking face. Time's ticking. What are you doing? Following the bed, or are you going up inside?
Lucius is gonna say, climb out the other side. Come on.
Okay. So, push forward with you, Lucius. 25 foot climb. Are you doing it? Are you gonna try? Any ropes? Any equipment? What are you doing? Has anyone got a grappling hook? Does anyone fucking fly spells or anything silly like that? Levitate?
I did have rope, but I left it at the cave with the goblins in it.
You did.
Shabazz still has
I have rope. I can drop the goblin and climb up the.
Sure. So yeah, Shu, you can climb up and put an anchor at the top if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you climb up. As you get to the top, you can quickly scan around. It's quite flat. You've breached. You're in like a clearing of the. It's just flat grass. There's a few rocks around, but there's not really anything. Is there anything you can think of to use? Or yourself, maybe? No. How do you want to do it? There's nowhere to really tie rope to.
Sure, I'm not that strong. What I'll try and do is just impale my fucking pole into the ground.
Yes.
Tie it and hold it.
Yeah, so you kind of make a lasso, wrap it around the sort of glaive, and you just slam it into the ground. Make a strength check. How strong and steady you can make this.
Can I use my inspiration?
Also, as you slam it in the ground, you look up and you just see this horde burst through the forest, and they just start falling down this hill. They're about 20 minutes from you. You guys are going to start climbing soon. 40, you slam it in the ground. You call down, ready! Everyone start climbing. Everyone make athletics checks with advantage to climb out the other side. Advantage.
So with advantage, yeah.
Yeah, because the shoes, ingenuity.
Well, thank fuck for that advantage, man.
Sildar as well. Great. One.
And the goblin. Oh wow.
So yeah, they quickly all scramble up. You all get to the top. The herd is just coming. It's the first time with a bit of moonlight that's around that you get to see how many there is. There's herd after herd after herd just coming. Numerous of these creatures. A lot of them are getting stuck in this big sort of divot in the ground that you just have to climb out of. But you can see the rear ranks now are climbing over the ranks, and they're kind of making a ramp to you, and they're just rambling and screaming and spitting at you. I mean, you're a good lead. They're still coming. You keep running. You push across grassland. You can hear them coming. There's looking around. There's nowhere to hide. You just push and hope for the best. Hope you can gain enough lead on these creatures to get somewhere safe. As you're running, I need you all to make Constitution save. As you have now been running for about 3 miles, and your bodies are starting to fatigue, carrying your equipment and rushing in the panic that you were in. Sildar, Jobby as well. +2 to both of these. Keeps up. Everything +10 was good. Glib in the manacles, rushing around. Guys, like keeps face planting and struggling. He's starting to like barely stand up. He's rushing. He's trying to keep up with you guys, but he's now at half speed. He's training right behind you.
He's barely been running so far. Jesus. I guess.
Does it look like the manacles are making it a lot harder for him?
Yeah, he has no balance.
Luke's just gonna scoop him up and fireman's lift him.
Sure. Make a strength check to see how long you can carry him.
Check balls.
Yeah. It's just to see.
Athletics or strength?
Yeah, athletics is fine. If you're proficient in. Yeah, you kind of double back on yourself, grab him, and just shove him on your shoulder, and start pelting it. You all keep running for 20-30 minutes at a fast pace. You kind of up and down over these hills, you sort of gradient and decreases as you go along. After about 20 minutes, I'll go ahead and ask Shabazz and Shu and Shabazz, sorry, to make a perception check for me. Nice. You look around, you take to the back of the party and look around. You don't see the herd anymore. You hear them in the distance, but not close enough for you to panic anymore. You've got a minute or two to catch your breath. When you panic, you just keep going. Yeah.
This is from my playlist, like when I was DMing, I'd never hit the chase.
Well, I
So
don't
you
hear
guys
them
wanna do?
anymore. See them?
Should we just try and hide?
It wasn't that brought us to it, though, right? Oh, we weren't exactly. Sorry. It wasn't the site that brought me to it, was it? I mean, we were asleep in the dark.
No, the fire was burning.
you were bashing your fucking hammer all night.
Yeah, that was totally me. Yes. Sorry. We're all alive.
For now.
For now. Let's keep it that way. And let's not fight.
We'll have to keep it watch.
Yeah, who's on watch?
Let's have this discussion in a bit, yeah?
Yeah, agreed.
A bit of warning would have been good. Glib's like,
You shut up.
he's still on his shoulder, like, all you can see is his feet, like, Lucius is looking at you. Like,
Do we know which way we're running? Are we still heading towards the cabin? Do we know if that's still the case?
yeah, you're in the right direction, yeah, you're heading, you didn't break path, so you're heading towards the cabin.
I was gonna keep heading on then.
Okay. Are you going at fast pace, or are you slowed down? How's it slow? Is there a patrol order? Are you grouped up?
I'm kind of off in the huff a little bit.
Also, should we go at a quick pace, but not that's gonna that pace of
Like a fast pace?
Yeah, and I'll as late as possible, I want to go back into it too.
No, you're in open grassland now.
Oh shit.
You push on. About 10 minutes later, when you start to leave, you press over the top of a hill, gives you a vantage point of what's around you. You see, about 50 meters to your left, a large group of undead that just seem to be milling aimlessly, not moving in any direction. And from where you came from, about behind, still pursuing you, well, it's still going in the same direction you're heading in, is 50 or so more undead. So you've got some behind you. As you crest the hill, you look ahead of you, there is a small, well, I say a small, there's a gorge, probably 20 foot wide, and on the opposite side of that is the log cabin towards one more large obstacle. It's at this point, as if triggered by something, whether it was you or not, it's hard to see. The group of undead on the left just simultaneously turns. They start to shudder, they start to scream, and then they start to run at you. This echoing cacophony of noise just echoes throughout this open grassland. You guys are going.
You're already
Cutting out a lot.
I'm sorry. You say there's a second group of undead. They've just turned to look at you, and they're coming forward. You have to start running again. As you guys pick up the pace and keep accelerating, you come to a large gorge. The opposite side of that gorge, about 100 meters, on top of a hill, is the hunter's cabin that you were aiming for. Well, you need to clear this gorge. 25 foot wide. It's probably about 15 feet wide. 25 foot drop into a raging river. This is a dire situation. You've got to clear this, or you've got to fight the undead. How do you guys react?
Lucy's just gonna try and run over it and jump over the gorge straight away.
Sure. Make an athletics check.
Can I use acrobatics or not?
Either or. Acrobatics or athletics. The opposite side is quite steep. It's a little bit higher than you. It's not a case of my character can jump 8 feet, because that's silly. The opposite side is quite high, so this is all on the dice roll.
Okay, I'll do acrobatics.
Okay, 21. Lucius looks at the group. Have you dropped glib, or do you want to do that with disadvantage?
Oh, fuck it, I'll do it with disadvantage.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he wants to get glib over.
I'm going to give you inspiration for that, actually. It's not flat. I'll let you do that 21, because you had the balls to go for it. You look at the group, you kind of tidy glib up on your shoulder, you look at the gorge, and you get a good 15 feet run up, bomb for it, you jump, and in midair, You kind of shoulder press Glib off you. Woof. He like goes an extra 5 feet above you, lands on the other side, catch the other side, face plant into the wall, and climb up, and ready yourself on the opposite side. You and Glib are on.
Glib's just lie on the ground. I pull out like a handful of arrows, jab them in the soil, just get ready to start shooting.
Nice. Yeah. Arrows at the ready. I mean, you can fire and slow them down, giving them some more time.
Yeah, I got 600 foot of range, so.
Yeah, you just start putting arrows into.
I'm like, move now, I'll cover you.
Let me know how many you want to fire, because obviously you can't fire 100 arrows because you'll be skint. Who's next? Is anyone doing anything?
I'm gonna fire one around until they get over the chasm.
Sure.
I'm gonna, following. I'm sprinting over. I'm gonna hand the one side of the rope to Cromrun and sprint and try and pole jump, holding the other side of the rope.
Sweet. Go ahead and roll acrobatics. Or athletics, your call.
Oh, what is that?
16. You run, rope wrapped around your waist.
No, sorry, I'm holding it and.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Anyway, you got the rope, you run, pole vault, you jump as high as you can and yourself. Scramble and catch the other side, quickly climbing up. Like, you did drop the rope, but your tail wraps around it and pulls it back up.
Nice.
So you the rope. Did Crom hold the other side?
Yep, so then at that point I tie it and I'll just stab my scarf into the ground again.
Go ahead and roll strength check. Crom, you're going to be the anchor point for the other side. Strength check.
I'm tying the belt around. I'm tying it around my belt, around my waist.
Okay, sweet.
And I'm making a strength check. Did you say yeah?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Nice on my point.
Shabazz or Sildar, who wants to go next? Shabazz medical.
Probably Shabazz.
Okay.
So should I do in?
So you're gonna like shimmy across the rope, I guess. That's what they've got planned for you.
Yeah.
With
My plan was more of just as a failsafe. If someone falls, they have a rope to catch.
oh, okay. I thought you meant you left one
If,
from and you jumped over with the other end. That makes.
yeah, I did. It was more of a. I don't know. I don't really know what I was planning.
That's what it sounded like you were doing.
Yeah, go for that. I'll be
Okay,
happy.
sure.
Yeah.
So Shabazz, go ahead and make an acrobatic. I'm going to adjust the DC slightly because of strength check. So roll high.
Okay. I'm.
Shabazz, you start to sort of shimmy over. You can use your divination or anything if you wish.
I can use the divination to make it a 10.
That'd be a 12.
Yeah.
I would save it.
Okay. Unless I'm dead.
You start to shimmy over, and because you're a bit flustered and a bit panicked, you put a lot of tension on this rope, and it's kind of making the rope bounce a little bit. Crom feet are just sliding, and you kind of trying everything you can to like get purchase. Give me a second. Add 4 to this. Oh. As you're about to tip over the edge, Sildar just pulls you back, grabs the rope from you, pulls it tight. Go now. Shabazz, you make it clear because Sildar critted.
Mhm.
Crom, you've got a chance. Acrobatic.
How close are these zombies?
They're about 30 meters away. They can get you in the next round.
And from the ledge on the other side, I'll use Toll of the Dead to try to help with the zombies.
Sure. So you
Can I turn undead before I move over? Or would that be too much in one round?
You can turn undead. Can you post it for me so I can read it?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, it's gonna be cool if it works. Just go,
Where is it? This one here? How do I call it? Isn't that it?
This is going to give
Yeah,
them...
there you go.
In fact, this is going to be... Before I read it, I know you've posted it, covered it. This will be your action, where you still have... Alright?
Okay.
They are 30 meters away from you, so they are round away from you, 6 seconds. So if this doesn't work, then control. So, as an action, you present your holy symbol and speak a prayer, censoring the undead. Each undead that you can see or hear you within 30 feet must make a wisdom saving throw. Creature fails at saving throw, it is turned for 1 or until it takes damage. A turned creature must spend its turn moving away. Okay. You pull out your holy symbol. Hold it tight. In a last-ditch effort, you cast it, and you say a prayer. You speak to Moradin, and your hands start to tremble as your glowing holy symbol burns in your hand, and you hear a voice in your head. You're not real, my boy. Right. What do you do?
What was the last bit you said? They're not real, my boy. What?
Run.
Oh, I run. I go for the rope. Start climbing.
Okay. The undead seem completely unfazed by your holy symbol, and your channel divinity engages, but they don't even blink. Sildar kind of looks panicked, and as you start climbing, make a acrobatics check, or if you want to climb over, acrobatics. If you want to jump,
Acrobatics, yeah.
okay. You start to climb over. Sildar looks back at you, looks at the water, and he's like, "Crom, the water! It's our only chance!" And he lets go and dives in, feet first. Because you're at acrobatics, you were gonna fall anyway. You and Sildar plummet. You hit the water. You go underwater a good 10 feet with you in heavy armor. You have been washed 30 or 40 feet from the side. The rest of you see Crom and Sildar just carried away by this current. They are far too fast for you to do anything about. And you just look down and look at this wave of undead on the opposite. That start to scramble and panic and reach around and like leer at you and scream.
Lucy's gonna start popping them.
Told the deading.
You guys can just fire away. Lucius, it's this point, you start to notice. In fact, both of you make perception checks, quick. No, yeah, both make perception checks. You fire away 6 arrows. You use 6 cantrips to hold the dead. Shu, are you doing anything at this point? You firing arrows? Are you?
Well, I mean, I was holding the thing in.
Yeah, you was holding the rope. That's losing it. You can gather the rope, gather your wave.
Yeah.
Going on. Lucius, you start to realize that your arrows are just passing through, and Shabazz, your spells are just not. They almost seem to be going through like a. In the ground behind them.
Can I do an Arcana check or?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Can I throw my torch across the thing?
Yeah, sure. You go ahead and look.
React.
It goes through like a few of the bodies. It's at this point you both realize it's an illusion. Not real.
So it would be. Would I know like what's capable of creating an illusion like that?
With your 14,
Yeah.
high level spellcaster, illusionist.
Try to. Like, how far away would I think that someone could cast that? Like.
With your 14, you can keep with your 14. You wouldn't be fully aware. You know, there's illusion magics out there that can do things from long distance. Usually, the caster has to be present, at least be able to see what's going on. But a high-level spellcaster could conjure all sorts of things. can conjure full buildings. It's you know, illusion magic's tricky. It's not your speciality.
Minor
But
illusion.
somebody who knows magic.
Yeah.
Unaware of what's going on, is Shu, because this hasn't been passed to you yet, and Glib. Glib is like just fucking belting it to the hunter's cabin. He's just like, gone. See ya. Just fucking run.
At this point, I'm not having noticed. I'm going to start running, following the stream or the river.
Sure. You keep running. Are you just leaving the rest of the party?
Basically, I've seen them two fall in, and I want to
Yeah.
try and find them.
Sure. So you start pelting it after the party underneath you. At a dash, you can just about keep up movement speed, right?
Sorry?
You got 40 feet of movement speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So at a dash, you can move 80 feet. So easily catch up, keep up with Sildar and Crom, who are bobbing up and down in the water. I'll come to you, go, Crom. And just out of control. Eventually, though, you come to cliff face where there's a fork in the river. They go down a left-hand fork, and you're stuck on the right side. They are out of reach. Not much you can do to save them. They're on their own. Party is split.
Pull out my violin and go.
Lucius, what do you do? What you do?
Pardon?
What you doing?
I go and stop the goblin from running away.
He's heading towards the cabin, so it's like 100 meters away. Easy enough to go.
Yeah, I might follow into the cabin actually, because could be like maps or something in there.
Sure. As you rush and you get to the cabin, there is a small flicker of candle, and as you sort of seem to get closer, you see somebody sort of pass like a window pane. It's got like net curtains in it, so you just see a silhouette. As you get there, the door opens. A small halfling fellow with a short sword and sees Glib, just raises his short sword, Goblin, and goes to hit him. Does he do anything?
Hold your sword.
Kind of, what? And he goes past you and sees this horde of undead. Holy shit! Get in, all of you! And he like opens the door. You go in?
They're not real.
Fuck, they're not. Get in.
They're not real.
I'm shutting the fucking door. You in or out?
They're not real.
Shuts the door on you.
I'm gonna inspect this cabin.
What for?
I guess markings. See if it's like arcane in any way.
Investigation check.
I'm just gonna calmly lock the door.
No.
Knocking the door. Shabazz, you go around, you run your hand over it and stuff. It's a cat. People inside. Well, a person inside at least.
Okay. Any of the windows unlocked?
With your investigation, there's one window unlocked, and as you go to pull it, you hear like a as somebody bolt on it from the inside.
She's
As you
gonna knock on the glass.
I'm sorry.
She's gonna knock on the
You
glass.
knock the glass. And he's like, "Just come in. It's your own stupid fault.
Open the door.
Don't kill me. Don't bring them in with you.
I'm not going to kill you.
You necromancer.
No.
Make a persuasion check. Shabazz, you can help him if you want.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, we've just had a long run and, look, we don't know what's going on, but they're not real.
okay. Oh, wait. Give us a minute. And you hear like 5 bolts. Chink, chink, chink. The door opens. Quickly, go, quickly. It's late out. It's kind of looking past you. You just sees this horde at the end of this river, just like. Quickly, quick. Just step in.
Yeah.
I want to turn and shoot one more arrow to show they're not real.
He can barely see. They're like 100 meters away. He can just. He can hear it more than anything. The halfling, no dark vision. Like you fire this out, and it's like, get in! And you get in. He shuts the door, bolting it. He blows a candle out.
She's gonna poke him.
We just fuck. If we just stay quiet, shush. Everybody, shush. Can we just turn the music off for me, please, Shu?
Yep.
The board you would chase for. I just looked at Discord.
Nope.
Oh, I need to sit down. I just woke up. He kind of pulls this little stool. He just looks fucking wasted in front of you. Smell like the booze on his breath and stuff like that. Oof. My name's Anton. This is the Hunter's Lodge. It's free to stay. Just keep. What the fuck are those things outside?
Well, do you want the long answer or the short one?
I don't fucking know.
Well,
Sure.
they're illusions.
He's fucking terrifying. What do you mean illusions?
Well, someone's playing a little prank on us.
Why would they do that?
Oh, I haven't the foggiest. She's just gonna
Have
be
you
investigating this cabin.
Have you upset somebody? Have you got enemies? Please don't bring your enemies. You. What?
Well, you
just me.
did say everyone's welcome. I think that would include enemies.
Yeah, what it kind of goes without saying. Don't bring troubles here, you know. It's for hunting. It's for explorers, vagabonds. Excuse me. Excuse me, miss. You mean to call you vagabond? You know, peaceful people here.
Got any maps in here?
Oh, most likely. One on the wall there. Help yourself.
Back in the river.
The river goes near Neverwinter. He points you to a map. The river on it.
Two of our companions fell in. Need to try and find them.
Sure. I'm sorry, I'm lost. 2 companions fell in the river.
I'm just gonna grab the map, grab the goblin, and just walk outside.
Sure. Okay, you step outside. Shabazz, you make an investigation check on the inside.
Yeah. See what I can find that isn't nailed down. 19.
Oh shit. A lot of this is like help yourself shit. There's lots of food. There's like a chill room with lots of hanging duck and geese, deer, and hunting trophies. There's a small section on the table, stuff like that. There's a few spare arrows that have been sort of miscuts or just imperfection. Whoever. There's a shagpole roll of a black bear. Lots of like deer antlers and heads and stuff on. There's a stuffed raccoon. Like as you come around a corner. Is it Mojo? Mobo?
Mojo.
Motu comes around the corner. There's this stuffed raccoon in his face. He's like, "Wah!" Like grips onto you, like calms down suddenly. There is a small coin purse next to the little halfling's gear. Got a bit of weight to it, but it's his belongings.
Nothing suspicious to her then, so she's just gonna take some
No,
rations.
it's like a genuine cabin.
She's suspicious right now. But she'll
fair.
grab just some rations. So when they meet up with other people that they can have something to eat, and then follow him out.
Sure. As you are sort of grabbing the rations, go ahead and make a wisdom save for me.
13.
Okay. We're gonna go on a break. Quickly, 10 minutes, and I'll come back and let you know what happens. Is that right with you?
Yeah, I got hiccups. I need to get
No problem.
Mm.
Alright. Back in a bit. 10 minutes. Da, da, da.
I can't find you. I can't find you. I can't find you. I can't find I can't find I can't find you. I can't find you. I can't find you. I can't find you. I can't
So, Meg,
Yes,
Shabazz even.
Shabazz.
You start to help yourself to some of these rations, and God, it's so much nicer with that music off. I'm trying to mute the music on my side.
I have it going through like the TV, so it doesn't actually go to my headset. I don't hear it.
Yeah, that's cool. I just jumped in this channel. It's quiet, and I'm like, oh, it's better. You jump into you start to help yourself some rations.
I'm not eating it, by the way. I'm just taking it with me. But just so you know.
No, that's fine. You help yourself. You chuck some in your bag. You sort of come out of the like pantry, drying room type area. Lucius is outside. The halfling guy's just locked the door and looks back at you. I think it would be a good idea for you to go in the basement.
Did I
You are charmed,
try?
and Meg, Shabazz thinks it's a great idea to go into the basement.
Okay.
Okay.
So we go to the basement.
Anton leads you to the basement, opens the trapdoor, shows you the basement, and you sort of go down a couple of rings on the ladder, and he says, "Just let go, if you will, dear." You are compelled to release your hands, and you fall 15 feet. You hit the deck. Make an acrobatics check for me. Read out what you get. Anything over 10 is good.
19.
Okay. You kind of land on your feet, and you look up, and he smiles down at you. "Won't be long, dear." Closes the trapdoor. You just hear, "Don't go anywhere, dear." I'll bring you back in now. So, for now, you're in the trapdoor. Don't tell him. Yes.
Yeah.
And Shu. In fact, let's go to Shu first. Shu.
Okay.
You followed the river up for sort of a few minutes. You are now alone, laid on your back. You look back, and you've got dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Right at the end of your dark vision, because none of them have torches or anything, you just catch like silhouettes of your friends that seem to be moving from left to right. Are you going that direction, or are you going to try and carry on with the river?
The river's, well, they've gone back to the other side essentially, so I'm just gonna... I'll go towards where I remember the cabin being.
Sure. Okay. Lucius, the cabin door opens, and a small little fellow peers around at you, and he's like, "What was your name again, friend?"
I turn around slowly and look at him. I'm just gonna give him the heart of darkness eyes.
Try and help you. Well, you are a terrifying bugger, aren't you? Your friends, the worst. You wanna... You should come and see her, really.
Can I insight that?
Sure.
She was fine sort of a minute ago, right?
Sure. 21. He's not lying. Or... Yeah, she was fine a minute ago. Now she's unwell, but he's not lying. You can see that.
So, does he look... you know what? That kind of sounds a bit ominous and a bit threatening, so I'm just going to shoot him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack.
I'm going to hunter's mark him and then I'm going to shoot him.
Sure.
Let's go. 6.
This arrow just goes... It's like, whoa, bloody hell! What are you doing, you fucking madman? He closes the door on you. Chink, chink, chink. All the bolts lock. And he starts shouting at the door. "Why are you shooting at me? Are you on drugs, friend? Hello?
What have you done? What have you done with her?
She's in here, you fool.
Let her out.
She's eating fucking more than her fair share of these deer in here. I'm not holding her captive. She's more than welcome to come out, but I ain't letting you in, you crazy animal." just going around shooting people? Freak. You starey 1,000-yard stare eyes and you bow and arrow. You think you are?
I'm gonna go around to one of the windows.
Make a wisdom save.
Wisdom.
Mhm.
19.
You start to feel a cloudy head set in, like your temples feel like somebody's pushing intensely for a few seconds, and you kind of squeeze your eyes and shake it off.
So what do I see in the window?
As you look through the window, you see little halfling fellows leaning against the door. Make a perception check for me. Six. Yeah, you just see him kind of like looking through the cracks in the door. You can see he's kind of looking through a keyhole. And then he's hello? Oi! He's like shouting through the keyhole at you.
Well, someone just tried. Do I know someone just tried to do something? Or
Not really. You know, you felt like a cloudy head come on. You don't necessarily know somebody did something to you.
I'm just gonna go, let her out now!
Kind of startles as you scream at him. He's like, no, I don't think I will. Go and get her.
Fair enough. I'm gonna smash the window,
Sure.
light a torch, and just throw it in.
Okay, nice. Smash the window, you set a torch on fire. Are you trying to set the place on fire?
Yep.
Okay, chuck this torch in, and off it goes in flames. Give me a moment, because I need to open the character sheet. What's up, Doggo? Okay. As you throw the torch in, it kind of catches on the tablecloth in the kitchen, like, sets into flame. And he's like, trying to smoke me out, are you? Very well. And then he takes his hands together, starts to cast a spell. Your friend's in the basement.
I wanna.
Bye. He disappears.
Oh shit.
What was that? Your friend is.
You're not there.
I know. It's just.
Did you say your friend is what?
Friend's in the basement. Goodbye.
Okay, well, so the place is on fire, the windows. How big's the window?
Sort of 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot.
So I can climb through it.
Oh yeah, easy, yeah.
I'm gonna climb through the window.
Sure.
Look around, is she in here or?
You don't see her in the rooms now. You go pantry, you go around the bedroom, you quickly frantically have a search. Make a perception check for me. Read out what you get.
19.
19. It takes you a couple of minutes. The flames start to get a bit bigger and sort of erupt a bit more. And you finally see like a lip in the carpet. You slide the carpet and lift up. There's a trapdoor. The trapdoor is locked to pull. The handle's pullable, but it's solidly locked.
I'm gonna whip out my crowbar and try and prise it.
Okay, go ahead and make some strength checks. Make a strength check.
crowbar do? Can I just have a look?
It just gives you something to roleplay with more than anything. I don't think it gives you advantage or anything.
Oh, using a crowbar grants advantage to strength checks where the crowbar's leverage can be applied. Should I just do strength?
Go for strength.
Go. 5.
Yeah, you're trying to bend at this. You're putting all your weight on to try and pull this door up. You can feel that this isn't like a bolt. This is some kind of magical lock that's on the door. So you chip away. The wood is breaking around it rather than you actually lifting the trapdoor. Sure, it's about this point that you catch up. You're sort of outside, burning cabin.
How bad does this place burn in? Like, how does it look like?
Oh, it's only slow. You could put it out with a bucket of water. Too long, it'll get silly.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get my hammer out and start hammering the back of the crowbar and trying to.
You're just kind of chiseling away to try and break this
Well,
door
I'm gonna
open.
start popping floorboards if I can't get the door up.
Yeah, sure. You pop like the right hand side floorboards. Sure, if you want to jump in at any point, I mean. The right hand side is like solid, but you start to go away on the left hand side, and you can start to see like a foot gap in this that you can see down into darkness. There's no light down there from where you are, but you can see down there. You don't see Shabazz at all.
Lucy, why is the house on?
The halfling took Shabazz.
It's at this.
And the river took the dwarf.
He's just turning back around and trying to just get floorboards up.
Okay. Sure, you're gonna help him.
Well, he just said that he took her. Is she in the house?
He's locked her in the basement.
I'm gonna try and spar to kick open the door. Is the doors? Sorry, the door. You're trying to pull floorboards from.
Around a trapdoor.
Oh, in that case, yeah. Can I just try and smash?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead. Meg, make me a wisdom save, please.
18.
Okay. You sort of start to come to your senses, and you are in this dark passage. You got here. You look around, you look up, you look left, you look right. There is a tunnel ahead of you. It's leading slightly down. So it's slightly down and around a sort of set of curvy bends. You're sure you got it. Pitch darkness, so you'd have to look for your familiar. You can hear a lot of banging above you. And you can hear like shouting, but you can't quite make out who it is.
Definitely have my familiar hugging it and looking through its eyes.
Yeah.
And I can't see anything down the passage.
With your familiar, you can see that the passage kind of winds downwards.
Can I call up to the?
Aren't you like? Go on.
I'm gonna try to call up to the people making the noise.
Mhm. You guys just about hear somebody shouting from below you.
Shabazz?
I'm here.
Stu, get your rope.
Rope. What do you want me to do with it?
Put it down the hole. Shabazz is down there.
I'll throw it down the hole.
Sure.
And I'll do my usual stab it in the ground.
Okay. I need Lucius and Shu to make. I think it's charisma saving throws. Let me double- Yeah, make me charisma saving throws. No. We'll just say charisma for next. I can't remember what it is. Find it even.
Excellent.
Oh shit. Let me just double check that's right, because I'll fuck you guys over that you've both failed. Okay. Where the fuck? Okay. So charisma. So you turn around after banging away at this door. You've been going away for like a minute or so. You hear the voice in the back of your head. The door's open. Make your way down. Both of you feel compelled to make your way down into this trap. You open the door opens. You have to step in, start to shimmy down. You can shimmy down the rope, or you can shimmy down the ladder. But the ladder is like only halfway down. But you are pretty much commanded and compelled magically to make your way down this ladder.
Can I see the halfling?
You look around and you see him.
I'm gonna shoot him.
No, you're not, because you are compelled to magically climb down the ladder.
You are charmed.
He's just smiling at you.
I climbed down the ladder.
Yeah. Lucius, you go for your bow, and you like this pain to your head, and like your subconscious almost just subdues you, and you start to climb down the ladder. Once you're in, you hear, and you see like a sparkle of arcane magic come from the top of the trap. Have fun down there. And the voice you hear, Shu, would be vaguely familiar to you.
What?
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was more of a surprise one.
Oh, okay. The voice is of the same voice you heard the one day when you were kind of dozing off in the back of the car. The leopard. Have fun. I'm gonna go and find me the dwarf. And you hear like a click of her fingers. Silence from the room above. Just the from the fire.
Did I put in the trap or did I put in the ceiling?
It's like you could probably put your head through it, but it's not big enough at this point for you to like pull Shabazz out. You could lower a rope and see her, but it wasn't big enough for it to be pulled up or out at this point. Shabazz, you can hear the guy. You heard the trapdoor open and close, and then you can just about make through Motu. You can just about make out Shu and Lucius coming down.
Oh, good, you guys came to see me. Get me out of here. And, yeah, she's gonna see the trapdoor. Well, that didn't work out.
Unsure what kind of compellment it is. We've now climbed down the ladder. Are
Yeah.
we still charmed?
As far as
Did
you're
we complete the task?
once you are down and on the floor, you're back to yourselves.
Okay. I thought we were leaving.
Yeah. Something's definitely not right about this cabin.
We climbed down a rope ladder.
No, you climb down like a metal ladder. It went halfway and you have to let go. But because you lowered the rope, I just described you as going down the rope. Actually, you might have taken fall damage. So you just depend. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise I said this to Meg in private. So the picture above you is the trapdoor that you came down. Round you, you're in like a 5-foot wide dugout tunnel, and the tunnel leads down and round bends. There is like a passageway that you've kind of been placed into like a tunnel system, one way from the direction you are in at the moment.
How far away are the floorboards?
How far away are the floorboards?
Well, yeah, because we were under the floorboards, right?
Yeah, I mean it's about 20 foot from the floor to the ceiling from where you are in the room you're in now. And like a small sort of 2 or 3 pronged ladder to hang on. If you were to try and damage the ceiling, it'd be very, very hard work.
What's the walls made out of?
Stone.
Solid stone.
Yeah, it's like this has been carved into the earth. You can see probably initially it was like potentially like an escape route for the Hunter's Lodge. It's kind of makeshift, last minute, sort of probably hasn't been cared for in a long time. While you guys have a think, I'm going to jump over to Crom. I'm going to chunk you in quickly, because there's only you.
I think I know why I recognise it. And why I'm the only one to do so.
What about a leper dwarf?
Hmm?
Did he say something about a leper dwarf?
I don't recall.
Oh, when he was like saying what the voice was, he kind of cut out a little bit. So was it?
No, he said it would sound. What, you mean when he was describing how I knew it?
Yeah.
No, it was a voice I recognise when I'm half asleep in the back of the wagon. I think this was before we joined.
Yeah. This is all your fault, Shu.
No. Bloody well not.
Creepy halfling just started abducting people.
Yeah. I was a little bit worried where he was going with that when he was describing it to me. Like, well, you know how I feel about certain things, right? Like, this
You
discussion.
feel a small, very tiny jab in your back.
It wouldn't even be the back, he's a halfling. The back of your knee.
As he starts grinding up the back of your knee. Just
It's best to let him finish. Well, they seem to be doing okay.
Kind of like this man.
Let's see.
Alright, why would someone lock you in a prison with a tunnel in it? That's just weird.
Exactly. I'm thinking that the halflings railroading, maybe?
Well, I mean, we all failed our saves, so I'm not convinced it's entirely, is it?
That sounds like a very weird spell.
Well, I'll admit I've never charming spell that uses charisma.
Determined to think of a way to get out. I have a hammer, some stakes.
I'll run up the wall. Fine.
Motu can climb up the rope. Get out the little hole. He's just like
No,
standing
she's
out there.
Go on the rope.
He's
Okay,
still
now what? Pull us up.
He's just doing Pepe hands. Use your powerful magic, Motu. You're the true magician. But I did have a hunch about the cabin. So it looks like they're just getting sloshed around in the cavern.
Quite annoying, man. Because I could get myself out of it. In real life, I could get myself out of anything. Crowbar and
Mm.
What, are you in a locked basement with a broken ladder?
Yep.
Under a burning building?
Yep.
How?
It's just. It's like what's this? It's like Pythagoras said. If you got a lever, you can move it.
What are you trying to move?
The floorboards.
The building.
The floorboards, the door.
For a moment, the way he was describing it, I almost thought that the lever, like the hatch, was like one of the magic tunnels. Like even moving the floorboard, you wouldn't find her there. It would be just like dirt or something, and it's just like But I thought that that thing spawned in the air. Do you guys know what spell I'm talking about?
No.
It's like where you can create like a little pocket dimension.
That bad spell that goes into
Yeah.
I know what the one, I don't know what it's called.
Isn't there like a seat for that as well?
Yeah, high level bard that we're messing with here. Yeah, but I think a horde of zombies herd us towards the cabin.
I mean, they didn't really hurt us though. I was like, let's go to the cabin.
What I don't get is he said that it was pulling on her leg, like she actually
Yes.
felt it.
Yes, I picked up on that.
Plus, I was shooting them, and when you interact with an illusion, it's supposed to disappear, but you're supposed to find it. It's an illusion.
Yeah. So how were they able to touch her? They should have been able to notice it was an illusion back when they grabbed at her.
Well, yeah, we were all shooting cantrips, shooting at them, and what we just.
Mhm.
Oh no. Already, it's not looking good.
At least it's not being charmed into a basement by a halfling. Now, where the heck are we on the map?
No idea. Where would all these magic items have been anyway? I have absolutely no idea where they would have been.
I have no idea.
I don't think we've gotten to that point yet. Because I rolled like a 19 in that cabin. If they were there, I'd have found them.
How did he put you in the basement?
When he closed the door, like, when... What's his face? When Lucy left, he, did a wisdom save that, charmed her to just obey his commands.
Oh, I thought you rolled quite high.
I rolled a 13.
No.
So we know it's more than 13, less than 18.
Like most saves.
Oh, Shabazz is at 13.
Shabazz is level 2.
Yeah. It's really trying to perceive. Come on. Come on, Crumb. You can do it. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to say Crumb Run. It's always going to be Crumwell. What's the name of a character on... what's it called? It's a Shadowrun game that they show online, just like a Critical Role, but it's called Corporate Sins. And they got this troll, it's like Butler Troll in Cromwell. It's a really cool character, I like him.
I just think calling it Cromwell
Because the spell is C though.
English Civil War.
And that makes Cromwell's character a little bit closer to that name too. He made himself a British rapper. Wait for the wisdom saves. I don't know what this dude would have against any of us.
I do.
Stop slagging me up.
Fucking
So-
hate you.
So, do you guys decide what you want to do?
Orgy.
Sweet. Roll for orgy.
I'm gonna climb the ladder and start trying the crowbar.
Sure.
Well, the orgy happens below.
The orgy of...
so close!
Almost. Almost.
If you'd have hit 69.
That was.
Anyway.
Anyway. Hey, Lucy, I think I know who the guy was. Do you remember the old guy you shot at? Remember on the road?
Disease.
Yeah, I think you pissed him off. I don't remember.
He wasn't the one. He was human.
Right? But could it not have been a disguise of some kind?
I don't know.
Look, that's my guess. But either way, there's a house on fire above us.
Shabazz is gonna send Motu down the corridor just to see what's down
Sure.
there. Moving cautiously, if it's able to go as far as she can with the.
You got 120 meters you can go if you look through her eyes, but you can send the familiar miles if you wanted. She can report back.
I'll send it just 120 just to see. What's all down
Okay.
there.
It's like a round sort of tunnel system. After about 100 meters or so, it does feel all right.
So, what was that? You kind of cut out.
Oh, sorry. About 100 meters down, the tunnel seems to split into a fork. You can go left or right.
Okay.
The left seems to be on the same sort of gradient that you're currently on. But it seems to go a lot steeper downwards, deeper into the ground.
You said left was on the same gradient?
Yeah.
So, I'll send it left.
Sure. You can go another 20 meters with Lisa to go do her own thing. Come back to you. Sure, cool.
I'll release it.
Sure. How long? Before you let it go, you give it a command,
Yes.
10 minutes or go as far as.
I would say I would tell her to go as far as she feels safe, and to come back before she gets into any danger, any obstacles,
Sure.
and I'd give her just say come back within 10 minutes.
Okay. In the meantime, Lucius, are you smashing away at the?
Yeah.
Okay. You start going to the town on this. Make a strength check with disadvantage because of the angle that you've got to try and hit this thing at. Eight. Like every time you're hitting it, you just get like a dust cloud that like goes in your eyes. So it's like awkward and hard, like poorly angled work. You're trying to work out onto these floorboards and trying to get the crowbar in a place where you wait and push up. You work away at it for a good 15 minutes, but it kind of snaps in like a 3-inch chunk, just breaks off the wood. It hasn't like enough momentum to lift the whole floorboard up. You carry on bashing away for another like 5 minutes, 20 minutes has gone by.
I just want to hammer the crowbar into where the floorboard meets the joist, and then just swing off it.
Okay. Easy enough to do. Yeah, with that 8 strength check, and you hammer the crowbar, and you hang on to the crowbar and swing and try to get your body weight to lift it up. It does, like where you've wedged the crowbar, it does lift a floorboard. It's giving you like another 4-inch of light coming from the tunnel, which is enough to look through. See now that upstairs has caught very much ablaze. In the time that it's taken you to start digging away at this, the table that was on fire is now fully engulfed, and the heat that's above you now is like searingly hot.
Is my weapon up there?
I don't think so. You would have kept it with you, wouldn't you?
That's fine. Just wanted to know.
You guys have got your gear, unless you said I placed my bow and arrow on the table, like.
Well, no, I stabbed it down when I put the rope down to hold it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when you ran off to see what the others were doing, you would have taken it with you once the rope broke.
Lucius is going to jump down and say, well, we at least need to wait for that fire to burn out.
Motu returns at this point. Points down the tunnel little clawy hand, and then points down, like
Like what?
he's pointing down as if to say, "Oh."
You're cutting out like every time you go to say something important.
He's trying to tell you that down that tunnel.
It's the fan. Every time it passes by, it just cuts you out.
I've not got a fan on anymore.
Hang on, let me mute.
Okay.
He's, Motu's trying to tell you he went down the tunnel as far as he could, and then it goes down.
Like straight down, just.
As you ask him that, he kind of shakes, or he or she shakes its head.
It's gender fluid.
It shakes its head. They, it, oh whatever. Fuck it.
So, I'll look to the others. Well, I kind of sent Motu down a little bit, and there was a bit of a fork in the road, and I sent it left, and apparently that goes down. So maybe when we reach that fork, we can go like right instead, maybe. But that's even a steepest thing. It just seems like all roads lead to down. And I guess kind of look to Motu.
He shakes his head. Yes.
Lucy?
Yeah. We don't want to go down, do we? I don't know.
Well,
Obviously,
I mean, where else are we gonna go? If we go up, we go and get burned.
well, I mean, it's not going to burn forever, is it?
Yes, but then we got to climb out a bunch of rubble. You saying we just
well, what if
stay
it,
here for a bit?
what if it goes like down and towards Friends maybe? Is the direction of the tunnel like downstream? Like parallel to the stream, or
Make a survival check. This is all about orientation and bearings and navigation.
11.
You could take a stab in the dark and say it would probably follow the river, the way land naturally forms and stuff. The further down you go, because you were 20 foot above the water level when you entered the cabin, you've come down a bit now, so the go down likely to be at water level.
That we're at water level?
Yeah. Likely to get to water level. Deeper you go.
I thought we were already 20 foot down there.
You are, but the river was a fast flowing river, so it's always going slightly down.
So, I guess it's if we want to go left or if we want to go right. I haven't checked down the right way.
No, you've checked right.
Huh?
You checked right, you didn't check left.
I thought I did check left because it was on the same gradient.
Yeah, which was the right hand passage. Same grade.
Okay.
From the way you look at it, it would be right.
So we could try left. That seems to just go down. Right seems to go down. What about that map you got?
Tell them about that. Yeah, I suppose.
The map's like a more detailed map than Neverwinter Wood. It doesn't show any tunnel systems. It shows the river that you update yourself with from upstairs. When you had a look at it outside, it does flow along the river, and it's got like a little X where the cabin is, but it doesn't show like tunnel systems or caving.
I got a question.
Go for it.
Lucius just lick his finger, and where that passage goes out, is the fire from upstairs drawing air from further down the tunnel?
Oh fuck me, that's really scientific. I don't. It's
Do those tunnels? Because if those tunnels go somewhere outside, then it'd be pulling air through.
very faint current of air, barely noticeable. So you lick your finger.
Actually, no. I don't lick my finger. I get the small feather out.
And there's the. It's. You don't notice a breeze.
Okay.
These tunnels could be miles long, so it's.
Those tunnels could be miles long.
Well then, best we get walking.
Or we just wait for the building to burn down and climb out.
Well, he's, did I hear him say he was going after the dwarf?
Yeah.
Well, he's going after the dwarf right now.
If he gets him, he's probably going to bring him back here.
I guess. Why you gotta be shooting at lepers? I mean, don't you know, like, the stories of, like, the really sick person on the side of the road asking for help? You're supposed to give him some coins, otherwise they're gonna curse you. There's all kinds of stories about this.
He's just smoking his pipe.
Of course, you don't eat the apples from the old ladies. We all know that one, too.
Well, that guy was a human. This is a halfling. And even if it is the same entity, I'm glad I shot it.
Well, next time shoot it a little better. Make sure it stays down. Or give it some coin. Like, come on. I'm gonna have to read you some stories.
The only reason I'm in this hole is because of you.
Shu starts walking down the hill.
Sure. Which way are you going to go when you get to the fork shoe?
I don't know. We'll see what happens. See if anyone follows me there.
You guys notice Shoe's gone.
Well, the only reason I'm in this hole is because of you.
In fact, Mike, you can't see shit.
She can see you. Shu?
You
Buddy?
just hear footsteps going.
She can see him. He's walking away.
It's a curving tunnel. It's not like straight line.
So he's just not responding. Well, shall we follow him? Stay here. He goes down that way, he's gonna need a help.
I just don't know what the sensible thing.
Smoking his pipe, being stuck. Looking up at the.
These tunnels aren't going to go anywhere nice. Otherwise, he wouldn't have put us down there.
Squirm, you squirm.
When I get to the crossroad,
Yeah.
I'm going to light a torch, stick it in the ground, going. Which way was it? It was left was the straight one that was explored, right?
Right has been explored. Same gradient. And left goes down and round.
I will stab the torch into the ground lit on the right pathway and walk up.
Sure. You walk down the right pathway for about 2 minutes. The left, well, you're ahead of them anyway. And you've got dark vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You notice the pathway dips down ahead of you, and there's a drop of about 40 feet that you could climb down. It's just like a natural feature that has been dug out. It's like naturally where the earth goes lower. It's been dug out years and years ago. An old tunnel system, which goes straight down. You kind of peer over the edge. Make an investigation check with disadvantage because you're not. Spell's good. Spell's good enough. Down the down like the tunnel, the straight down, but the steep bit, you see 2 dead bodies at the bottom of it that look to have fallen. Skeletal, rotten, bones have all separated. But on one of them, you notice all the clothing's just like torn and scattered and probably been eaten by rats and carrion and stuff. But you notice one glove on the hand of one of the creatures, one of the skeletons.
Fully intact.
Fully intact.
Okay. Are there any sort of like bits of rock or dirt? Pick up?
What, as in to do what?
Just throw it at them. I've just experienced some mind undead
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, you
for
can.
the first time.
Easy enough to like loose a rock from the wall, launch it down. Go ahead and, chuck a rock down, spit on them, throw some dirt off, kick some dust down. Nothing moves.
And does it look just like a pit and no tunnels coming off it? Or...
No, there's. It looks like a pit, but it looks like there is a tunnel that out of the pit. Like it continues onwards, if that makes sense. You gather there was probably like an old lad or something here anymore.
Okay. Now, you may know if this is possible, but I don't, so I'm going to ask you. Would it be possible for me to stab my staff in the ground, tie the rope to it, climb down with it, then when I reach the bottom, tug it enough so it pulls it through, and pulls my staff down with it?
Probably not, because you'd have to stab the staff into like solid stone.
And I think, yeah, okay.
You could, with the width of the tunnel being a glaive, you could wedge it widthways, open the middle and climb down, and then you could potentially, if you're strong enough, slide the rope to one end and yank one end down so it makes the glaive, and loosens it. You could try that.
Let's do that. That sounds fun.
Sweet. So go ahead and make a strength check to wedge the glaive. So you wrap the rope around it and you sort of wedge it in, put some weight on it. 18. It seems solid. You push so hard it kind of and like bends a little bit. And you're like, that's solid. That ain't going nowhere. You,
Sure.
like, with your climbing speed, easily lower yourself down. You sort of get 40 feet down. Nothing's moved, nothing's jumped out. Yeah, you listen for a minute. Yeah, nothing. You don't hear anything coming. There's a glove on the hand of the skeleton. Feel free to take it if you wish.
Sure.
Take it off, or you just put it in a bag.
Yeah, I'll put it in.
Sure. Shove
What
it
should
in
I
a
put
bag.
it down now?
Glove. For now.
Glove.
Magic glove.
I'd assume magic because it's intact.
Yeah.
Okay. I would imagine that taking.
Yeah, that's taking some time. Shabazz and Lucius, have you followed on by this point?
Lucy?
Lucius is going to be shaking his head, and then he's going to pull a holy symbol out, like tucked in his shirt. It's a black circle with a purple rib. He's gonna kiss it, tuck it back in his chest, put an arrow in his bow, and just light a torch and run off down the tunnel after you.
Sweet.
Shabazz will
Torch in
follow.
hand. Are you going to pick up the was left?
Yeah.
You pick up both torches. You run down, and as you get there, you hear like a scraping sound as Shu is now messing around in a pile of bones down the bottom of this steep drop. He's wedged in the wall, and the rope wrapped around it.
Slide down the rope.
No prompting, you just like dive over and slide down the rope. Shu, you just get this rush of a shadow above you, like sliding down your rope.
As a reaction, I kick it.
Well, I've
Or
got
at least I'll
torch.
kick toward it.
I have got a
I'll
torch.
probably-
Oh,
you
yes,
got
go
a torch?
torch. Yes, fair.
Oh, in that case, then yeah, I'll glance up.
You just
Step out of the way.
see Lucius's ass in leather pants.
And I'll wait for him to get the bomb side down as well.
Wait, so you're all going down. Are you going to try and get your glaive out, Shu?
Yeah.
Sweet. Go ahead and make a strength check. Beat your previous one to get your glaive
I was worried you were going to say that.
back.
The only problem is I'm just going to have to keep
Okay.
trying.
I'll give you advantage because the team can help you out.
Right?
It comes down. It takes a few minutes and makes it eventually. You've probably dulled the blade up.
That's okay. I know a blacksmith.
Oh shit, where's Crom gone?
Oh.
Did he message? Oh, he's offline now.
I'll send him a Facebook message.
Yeah. It's dude. Okay, cool. So, you finished in the bottom of that tunnel. You guys see a passageway that leads from where you are. It's quite tight, but it leads you further down this tunnel system. It comes to a large opening.
How deep are we now?
About 70 feet when you started from the floor of the log cabin.
He's lost all sound. He's restarting Discord.
Okay, sweet. So you come around this sort of wide bend into this open area. They predominantly chiseled out, rough cut set of stone stairs going down and right. Well, kind of going up and right actually, from where you are. Or the tunnel continues onwards for like an unknown distance. It's hard to make out. It kind of winds out for you.
So there's a way back up again.
Yeah, only slightly back up. It's back up. You can tell this tunnel system isn't been cut like linear. It's kind of up and down and up and down wherever they can find the soft rock to dig through.
Should we try and get up?
I guess. We don't have any other options.
Where does that mean? Do you want me to go first?
If you want.
I go.
Where's Crom? Coming back on.
Yeah, I think he's doing maybe doing a full restart because all sound disappeared. Maybe.
Shit. Behind you guys, you hear panic, squealing, rushing, plodding, like something sprinting behind you. And round the corner, a little goblin comes running in, smack into you. My dog's looking really weird. Glib sees you, wide-eyed, and points to the floor, and like dust marks where your footprints are, and then points to him, points to the floor, and points at you guys. Follow.
Well, his English is coming along. Common.
Good.
Okay, I suppose we follow.
No, he's following you.
Oh, right. Oh.
He's obviously been chucked down after you, is what you work out. Or he's found a way down after you, or found his own way down. It's hard to tell.
As he gets to us, I'm gonna sort of turn and go, "Don't worry, we'll get you back to your kid." And then I'll turn around and go,
He just looks at you blank.
"Yeah, I figured he had no idea."
So you go down the stairway. Stairway.
Hmm.
Okay. You walk for about 5 or 6 minutes. You come around a large left, sort of almost 90-degree bend that's been sort of man-made and cut out. And you hear voices ahead of you. Common tongue. Hard to make out exactly what they're saying, distant.
I'll send Motu.
Sure. You guys hiding, or you just...
I was gonna say I'll turn around and finger over my. Oh, actually, I'll just say because I know that Lucy can't see me.
Okay.
You
So-
put your finger on his mouth.
You see Shu turn around and give you like a shut up sign. And you kind of quickly command, like mentally, telepathically command him to go ahead. Motu rushes ahead into this mush. These bright, luminous green mushrooms stick to the walls and hang. And you hear these voices, and Motu kind of roll stealth for him if you wish.
I guess stealth on here. I'm just gonna roll. I guess myself.
Dex.
Dex. Oh.
Oh, Dex. Okay. Motu sneaks around, crawls through some of the mushrooms as for cover, because it's quite light in here. There's actual like illumination. And as you look through Motu's eyes, you see a very familiar one-handed human and a holy dwarf sat, sort of bandaging up bruises and cuts and scrapes and drinking water and eating some resting.
Motu's gonna run right up to him like a puppy.
Does he piss off? Say piss.
It's a little tail wagging.
Yeah. You just through Motu, he'll Sildar say, "Ah, it's the witch's pet. Look here." Crom replies in his own way. Obviously, you Shabazz are aware of this. They start to pet Motu, stand up and look in the direction he came from.
I found the others. They're up ahead.
Oi! Is that you lot?
Over here.
Oi, it's Sildar. Come on, it's safe in here.
She's gonna get up and stop seeing through the eyes of the raccoon because it's a little disorienting. No one's leading
Yeah,
her.
especially when it's like
Watching yourself walk.
opposite side of a room.
Exactly. It's like who turned the controls inverted.
Yeah. But yeah, you are now all of you in the mushroom. What's everyone's passive investigation?
Ooh, is that on here?
I'm at 13.
Is it just 10 plus your investigation?
Yeah.
So 13.
Okay. That's the highest. Okay, so the party meets up in this weird tunnel system, in this luminous grove of glowing mushrooms with this kind of powdery, dry smell in the air. That's a good place to leave it for the evening. You guys are happy to?
Alright.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. I'll sort out some XP and shit for you guys now. We'll leave the session there. Just so you are aware, you took on your own the fastest route back to each other in this cave system. But it's all drawn out in front of me, and you took all the right turns. Like, I did a thing with Crom. We had forks in the road and stuff, and he took all the right turns, and you all got back to each other.
Nice.
So, let me sort out some XP. I will say, against nothing died, but you role played really well.
I'm just bizarrely paranoid at the moment. I don't even know what to think.
What, you as a player, or
Both. I think Luce used to be super paranoid, and I'm just paranoid because it's like he's thrown us in a prison, but the prison goes somewhere. It clearly leads back outside because Crom's got in here somehow. It's kind of confusing.
yeah, Sildar would quite happily say the route they got in is not a way out.
Okay.
Pick that up next week, but that isn't.
Then out of character, I'm kind of terrified that we're going to the end.
What's our current XP at, guys?
650.